A night in with MauLer and the drinker, getting trashed with the web screen dictators. A cheap night cause I'm feeling kinda thrifty, got a 10-pack of beers and a bottle of whiskey. Hop up the cork, have a glass of wine, that's they'll say I'll be fine. Trouble walking in a straight line, but pour me a Pinot Noir. It's open bar with our hosts, MauLer and the critical drinker.
Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome back.
Hello.
MauLer and I are here once more to welcome you to the Open Bar. Open Bar
Yes.
191 now.
I did mention on many streams up to this one that I wasn't going to be here. News of my demise has been dramatically over-exaggerated by me.
He was planning to pass away, and then he decided, nah, I'm going to linger on a bit longer.
Got a few more minutes.
Here we are,
in
you know. It became awkward when he told me, but that's fine.
Well, it works out because it turns out this show is happening, so I could just jump onto it, and therefore here I am. You're stuck with me.
We're flexible, and honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. I'm glad to have you back here, mates, as always.
Yeah,
And
loads of stuff's happening. Loads of fun
loads of
movies
stuff
are on
is
the way.
happening, and it's kind of hilarious. We've got a lovely bar of people here to talk about it, but also welcome to everyone who's watching this tonight. We're going to do our best to keep you entertained for a few hours, and we have got a lot of movie stuff going on this week that we're going to talk about. Most of it's kind of hilarious. But before we start that, shall we give you some facts, some pointless facts?
Yeah, man. Let's go.
All right, let's enjoy them while they last. So in this case, it's from 1991. So big things that happened in 91, the Gulf War. So Operation Desert Storm was launched in January to liberate Kuwait from the Iraqi army. And by February, they'd surrendered. So that worked out quite well. That was good, though, MauLer. We'll never get involved in the Middle East again after that,
No,
right?
that's where the lesson was learned.
One and done, in and out, boom, sorted. That's the way you do it. So I'm glad that that's the way it played out in history. Yeah. So, yeah, that was nice. Also, nice things that happened. The Soviet Union collapsed completely, and it was formally dissolved in December of 1991. It actually still feels weird to think that those two events happened in the same year. I don't know. I always associate, the Gulf War with that's very much a staple of like the early 90s. But when I think of the Soviet Union, it really seems like, it belonged in the 80s and it was over by then. But it lingered on until the early 90s as well, and actually outlasted the Gulf War, interestingly enough. So
you know what it's just like? It's just like the removal of Kathleen Kennedy from Star Wars as a whole. It feels like it happened in like maybe the really early 2020s, but officially not until the mids. It makes sense.
At a certain point, it felt like she was never going to leave. And, I was told that she was fired 5 years ago. I think that's probably the source of the confusion.
It's very, very confusing. She's both not fired, past, present, and future. It's all very hard to track.
Schrodinger's Kennedy. There was a literal civil war being fought at Lucasfilm with like torches and pitchforks and cannons and stuff. Like, it was insane back then. No idea the kind of battles that were fought there. Also in that year, the birth of the World Wide Web. So Tim Berners-Lee, a British person, by the way, introduced the concept of the World Wide Web while I was working at Cairn, forever changing global communications, which is nice. So, yeah, we obviously had the internet. Nah, it's Cairn. I always call it Cairn. It's just the way I pronounce it. Yeah, we obviously had the internet before then, but that was mostly for like universities and research institutions and stuff that were linked together directly. But the World Wide Web allowed for the creation of web pages and really laid the foundations for the internet as we know it today.
So really, we can blame all of social media on Britain.
We can. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that.
Sorry about that.
I mean, I was going for a positive spin on it, like a Brit basically invented the modern world. But yeah, sure, MauLer, bring us down, why don't you?
It's our fault. Also,
yeah, Freddie Mercury passed away from AIDS, prompted widespread global mourning. Not global warming, but global mourning. Also, that year, so the invention of the very first webcam. It was at the University of Cambridge. They were inspired to create the webcam because they were doing an experiment with coffee levels, apparently, in a pot, and they wanted to monitor them, but they didn't want to have to sit and watch it. And so they set up a webcam to watch it for them while they were at their desks. So there you go, First ever webcam. Also, it was the release of the Apple PowerBook. The very first PowerBook was released in 1991, which actually gave us trackball for the first time and palm rests, which was lovely. So,
kind of like when the origin of any invention is like, oh, I need to solve this rather stupid mundane problem. It's like, dude, you just revolutionized the whole world. Like, huh? What?
Never thinking where it would go. It's like, oh, this could be applied to other things.
The stupid version of that is like, I need to store my ex-girlfriends in a pocket dimension. It's like, Lex, you've just created pocket dimensions.
Yeah. Who would put something like that in their movie, MauLer?
I just made that up. That was a crazy
only a complete retard, in the world of movies, though, by far the biggest of the year was Terminator 2. That brought in $520 million, which is pretty damn respectable for 30 years ago. In second place was Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which I've still got a soft spot for to this day.
Yeah.
Even though Kevin Costner's a fucking block of wood in it, don't care. It makes it better. Beauty and the Beast, interestingly, came in at 3, and that was actually the first animated film to get nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But it was the year that also gave us Hook, the Robin Williams Peter Pan movie, Silence of the Lambs, JFK, Naked Gun 2.5, The Addams Family, Cape Fear, the remake of the 1960s one, and Hot Shots. Again, a pretty wild mix of movies, but I love it. Pretty much all of those movies are fantastic.
Something for everybody,
There really is. Yeah, there really is. And yeah, again, as we always say, like most of these films that you see in the top 10 are usually like all-time classics and still beloved to this day. So nice. I like it. Anyway, that was 1991. How about we skip forward to 2026, MauLer? Does that sound okay?
No, do we have to? Do we have to go there?
It's better in 91, but anyway, let's bring in a guy who lived through it. Yeah. Oh, wait, actually, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Anyway, welcome Colhauser. Also, welcome
He was
Gary.
there. He's old.
He doesn't look old.
Let me tell you, I don't wish I was back in 1990. Well, that was mean, by the way.
That was me.
I went to prison in 1991, so I'd rather it be 2026. Yeah.
I know your personal life wasn't great, but in terms of the actual country,
the movies were still awesome. Yeah. The movies that I missed. Yeah, it was great.
You just let the side down, Gary, by messing up. Okay.
I did.
It's fine. I can deal. Anyway, let's bring in the rest of our guests. Please welcome Film Comics Explained and the Little Platoon. Welcome to all you guys. Good to have you all on board.
Hello.
Nice to have you here. Well, I can say that we've now assembled our bar of chuds. We are, well, does this count as like the manosphere that we've got here? Because according to certain articles that we're going to read shortly, it kind of is, apparently. Which is just
almost
amazing.
take a letter each, but not quite. There's 6 of us. Nearly there.
Yeah. Well, the first and most obvious thing, I guess, to tackle is Supergirl and its box office, because it ain't doing so hot, much to everyone's non-surprise. According to global box office here, it sank to the number 3 spot on its first Wednesday, making only 2.1 at the domestic box office, 2.1 million. And it's now tracking, apparently, to slump 70% domestically in its second weekend.
That's impressive from such a low base as well. So fair enough if it had made a load of money on its first weekend, 70% drop. But if you've made no money and you still have a 70% drop, that's not a good sign.
No.
You have to ask, like, how far can it fall now? And apparently, very far.
I'd be curious to know if there's a way to like figure out the numbers for just how much that movie has been referenced and discussed as a ratio versus its box office, and if it's one of the worst in history.
I think it is. It might be. Morbius might be close.
Yeah, Morbius, maybe.
It's been a strange one, right? Because my assumption was, when we first heard about it, I thought it's going to be a largely irrelevant movie. It'll be passably okay, probably kind of dull. And it just won't make much of an impact one way or the other. It'll probably flop at the box office, but nobody's going to care that much. But man, has it blown up since its release. It's been insane. I haven't seen this kind of like reaction from the internet since Snow White last year.
Acolyte?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I think it's more similar to Acolyte, and I think it's like a Snow White light. Snow White was unbelievable. and that thing broke containment like 2 years before it came out. But this thing did break containment, and we saw like Tim Pool making videos, and I'm like, oh wow. And Fox News reporting on it, getting it wrong, of course. But it's been great. I've loved every minute of it.
It's been open season on it, I think, and it's been a bit of a feed-in frenzy on YouTube. I think, honestly, if you added up all the revenue that's been generated by this movie from all the various channels that have covered it, it probably could have financed the movie all over again easily.
Yeah.
It's been absurd.
And what's like especially funny, because even in stuff like The Acolyte, you'll get the people being like, this is actually good. Just like, you guys just hate it. But like, Supergirl's got barely anyone willing to put even a finger out to defend it. It's like, nah.
MauLer, I promise you in a couple of weeks when it hits VOD, we'll have that 72 hours of, I don't know what you guys were talking about. This is pure cinema.
Yeah, we're trying to convince you it's shitty. When look at this, look at these 4 images that I specifically took at very special times. Like, must be a good film.
I've seen like 1 or 2 people do that already, but most of it tends to be like the people quote unquote defending the movie are like, no, the movie was really bad, but we didn't like it for the good reasons. Whereas the Chuds, they didn't like it for the wrong reasons. We're not like them. I know I only gave it a 4, but I'm not like Gary, so you know.
Yeah, it's basically Angry Joe, where he's making himself go to it time after time in the hopes that he'll find something good to defend about it. And it's like, it's just getting worse for him, I think. You know, like, I think he'll end up probably doing 3 or 4 reviews of this film, just like trying to find something. Slowly driving himself insane.
I was going to say, because I remember, like, I'm close to Gary's age, but, you know, for the 1984 Supergirl, for the 1984 Supergirl, I didn't remember any negativity towards that movie, because I remember growing up, I wanted to see Supergirl after Superman 3.
Yeah, I think it was like, because it did flop at the box office, but I don't think there was any furor around like the casting of Supergirl or anything. I don't think people were mad that there was a female superhero. I think they just kind of ignored it because it wasn't a very good movie.
When it did flop, was like all of the media absolutely swamped with people saying that this tells us that all men are sexist, evil, horrible pigs, and therefore, you know, it tells us a lot about society? Or did people just say, well, that wasn't very good and move on?
Yeah,
well, we've got it now. Yeah.
Well, it was the early 80s, so it was more like, well, we shouldn't have women star in movies. This is proof.
There's a great tweet that I saw here that I think just sums up the situation we were in. Why do people hate women superhero movies? And they reference the 3 worst possible examples you could give.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Madam Web is a saint.
It's unironically awesome, yeah.
It is.
It's a great drinking movie.
I own a copy. I own a physical copy of that movie. I like it so much.
Is it
the
even
thing
4K?
Is, I would probably, if you asked me, gun to my head, I'd probably rather rewatch Madam Web than Supergirl. I'd probably give it a higher rating as well, because there's fun to be had with it.
I'd watch 2 Madam Webs before 1 Supergirl.
Yes. I'd watch
Madam Web's just hilarious from beginning to end. It's great. I love the bit. There's so many, just like any given scene in that film. So, the villain has total control of all the infrastructure in the city, and he needs to stop a car from moving. So he turns lights green and hopes that traffic hits it, as opposed to just turning lights red. Then he gets crushed by a Pepsi sign because they paid money for that.
Sorry for repeating this, but you have to watch the movie in the frame that it is a porno with all the setup and none of the payoff. And if you watch it like that, it's hilarious, because that's what it is.
You notice the one movie that's conspicuously absent from this is the original Wonder Woman as well, because that was pretty well received.
They forget about that one very conveniently.
Yeah.
Right. You know, even when Catwoman came out and flopped, and that was like made for women, the baddie was like a makeup executive or CEO of a makeup company.
Sharon Stone, right?
Yeah, Sharon Stone. Nobody was saying that. Nobody was saying you just hate women. You know.
Yeah.
And I'd watch Catwoman before I watched Supergirl.
That was pretty funny.
Damn right, yeah. But yeah, there is this article here that I saw that I had to bring up to you guys. Let's see if I can share it here, because apparently we are all sexist and misogynist just for not liking this movie. There's no valid criticism to be had with it. It's just
listen,
you hate women.
Two things can be true. Okay, we can not like the movie based on what it's like, and then be sexist and misogynist.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah,
Supergirl didn't fall. She burned up, entering the manosphere.
This is my favorite.
So it's a bit of a longy.
A little bit. I just want to appreciate Perry's thumbnails a little more than Az's. They're in the background. Then they put Angry Joe in. And then they said women can be misogynist too. There's Jester Bell.
Yep.
Oh, it's misogynist.
I don't know, because I've seen like an animated version of like that sort of feral child going to the movie theater and like giving a thumbs up and stuff, which is like watching. I don't know how they did it. It looks amazing though. Anyway, let's see. Supergirl opened this week to disastrous box office numbers, but its fate was sealed long before that, and it has very little to do with the quality of the film, sure, or the performance of its cast. I would argue it has everything to do with those things, but anyway, the second offering in James Gunn's DCU didn't burn up on its entry into theaters. It was killed by 1,000 kryptonite darts in the weeks and months preceding by an increasingly crowded YouTube landscape of monetized fandom that is in every facet of other media, now runs on vitriol and negativity. Supergirl became its latest and most predictable target. Millie Alcock was dogged from the moment her casting was announced, with a disturbing amount of venom hurled at her physical appearance, something that's reached a zenith since the film's release. Add to that a female screenwriter in Ano Nagara, along with rabid disdain for Gunn's supposed woke agenda from aspiring alpha male online gatekeepers. And from the beginning, the manosphere was simply not going to allow it to succeed. Now, I do have to pick up a couple of points they make here. I think people criticized Ano Nagara because she'd never worked on anything before ever, and she was suddenly put in charge of a $200 million movie. You have to understand that's going to raise a few eyebrows.
Okay, but have we ever criticized a single male writer for anything?
No,
never.
No, never.
Also, isn't it?
Our love for Rian Johnson and Dave Filoni, it's well documented. Those guys are amazing.
Ana Nagara, as Drinker, as you know, she wrote a short in 2018, and she wrote, another movie a few years back called Batgirl. She punched up the script on it, so she didn't write the whole script.
Yes, we did find that out. Yeah,
she punched up the script on a canceled movie, so that was her previous experience, a canceled superhero movie.
That is the kind of rock solid performer that I would go to if I needed a movie to succeed. What's this stuff about Gunn's woke agenda? Like, when has anyone accused James Gunn of being woke? The worst thing we've accused him of being is shit. And a played out one trick pony. I never saw him as being woke.
Well, they don't know who they're talking about. And I guess this guy's going up. If you go check his Twitter account, you'll understand who he is pretty easily. But
just for reference, guys, it's John Pavlovitz.
Yeah, go, when he's not railing on about TDS or whatever, he jumps in on this, and I think he's just paying attention to X. He's obviously doesn't watch any of our videos where we basically Gunn. The only time I've accused him of doing it was this movie. Which it definitely woke isn't the right term. It's a broad term. It's filled with intersectionalism and intersectional feminism. 100%.
It does go on here. Alcock especially has been hounded by criticism over her physicality, probably something to do with the fact that she's 5'2" and doesn't seem to have done any training for the role, and her perceived lack of enthusiasm on the press circuit. That's a weird one. I don't know if she's enthusiastic. She's drunk.
She said, so she was asked a question. She's been asked a bunch of very baity questions, and like she doesn't have a huge amount of experience in press junkets, and so has given some silly answers. Actually, I thought it was one of the best answers she gave was when she was asked, what female-led superhero movies have you seen? And it turned out she'd never seen Captain Marvel. She'd never seen Wonder Woman 84. She'd never seen basically all of the really shit female-led superhero movies that you're expected to have seen if you are playing a female superhero. She'd never seen them. And I thought, no, that's a really good answer, actually, because, well done. You managed to avoid them, and you may have, avoided some bad lessons by doing that. But I thought the backlash came when she was baited into saying other things. It wasn't to do with a lack of enthusiasm.
Yeah, and I tried to, like, I did defend her in my video that I just made about this, saying, like, I don't think she's a Rachel Zegler type of person. I think she was, as you say, baited into answering an awkward question and gave a very, like, rough, stumbling sort of answer because she didn't know what to say, but she also didn't want to piss off the interviewer, because to say, nope, there's no queer representation in this movie, you're a fucking idiot, like, that's clearly not going to go down well either. So she tried to, like, walk that very fine line and didn't do a great job. And I don't think that's her fault. That's just poor media training and giving her the wrong kind of people to interview her, really. I think that's on the studio, if anything else. But suddenly Variety and, you know, all the other trades are leading with that headline when it's like an off-the-cuff remark as part of a much larger interview, which I think is really shit on their part.
Especially, I mean, they didn't just lead with it. So, like, there's a whole interview. The interview itself is kind of interesting and makes her seem kind of nice. You know, she's not connected, doesn't have industry friends or anything like that. Grew up washing dishes, lived in a tiny attic bedroom, did her audition tapes from there. And it's like, this is a good human story, how somebody comes from, you know, basically nothing and starts leading franchise stories. Variety then makes its headline the one question where she's like, what do you make about, like, the backlash against female heroes? So she gives like a one-sentence answer. That becomes the headline. They not only tweet that out the one time, they retweet it again and again and again. And then they say, oh my goodness, where's the backlash come from? I think the backlash might have been engineered by you guys, actually, you scummy media people.
That's exactly how it goes down. And Dean Cain told us that these actors are trained, but not by their agents, by the producers and the marketing people at the studio. So if you want to put the ultimate blame on anybody, it's them for putting her in that position during Pride Month. And you know what kind of question she's going to get. Not the best answer in the world. And I contrasted that with Matt Smith's answer when he was put up, like, trying to, like, blame the fans for any backlash of House of the Dragon, which it's going to be a lot more this season, I promise you. But and Matt just said, hey, no, this is for the fans. Once we're done making it, it's for them. That's the right answer. So she needs to learn from her former co-star, because there is a way to evade these questions pretty easily.
Well, yeah, isn't it interesting how the different personalities play into, like, how they handle questions like this? You know, you've got people like Matt Smith and probably Henry Cavill as well, like the example I've given before, where he's baited into, like, talking about toxic Witcher fans. And he's like, no, I don't see it as toxicity. I just see it as passion. And it's really important that they have their opinions about this stuff. Two people who just handle it in a really slick way and, like, do it without offending the interviewer, but turn it towards a positive outcome. Then at the other end of the spectrum, you've got someone like Brie Larson, who's tried to bait her into a question about Johnny Depp opening up, like, I think it was the Cannes Film Festival or something. And she's like, why are you asking me? Like, what do you expect me to say about that? Just a very blunt, like, no, I'm not going to engage with this kind of response, which again is the personality of someone who's not very slick at handling, like, the nuances of interactions like that. And then in the middle, you've got someone like Millie Alcock, who's just this, like, very enthusiastic, naive young actress who's getting her first taste of mainstream attention and doesn't quite know how to handle it, and gives, like, these slightly unrehearsed, awkward answers that can be cherry picked for, like, unfortunate quotes. And it all, you know, it just depends on how these people handle it, but they've all got their own way of doing it, and some are better than others, unfortunately.
Well, at least she didn't fall.
I think they'd get better with experience, because Cavill has been making films for over 2 decades, and she was baited into it, and it's almost a damned if she does answer, damned if she doesn't. But I think her manager and the studio, at the very least, should have just told her to say that Supergirl is aspirational for everyone.
Yes.
Like, that doesn't piss anybody off.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, at least she didn't fall into the Leslie Headland, you know, what Star Wars she likes.
Yeah, I love all of it. Yeah, so I'll carry on here. YouTube accounts such as Nerdrotic Daily, never heard of them, and Geeks and Gamers, not familiar, whose stable of mortally insecure, insufferable incels have been amongst those most ruthlessly attacking the actress in an effort to grow their already massive viewership. You got massive viewership, Gary.
Hey,
it's good.
Thanks.
Among other easily lured young men weaned on conservative sexism and toxic masculinity.
Listen,
I can't keep a straight face reading this.
Yeah, it's not conservative sexism. It's just sexism. Okay, let's not pigeonhole it. All right,
you could be a liberal sexist as well.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Weirdly, he's like, there's the legions of perpetually lathered up, zealous Zack Snyder fanboys who've been sitting vigil for the last couple of decades, who want so desperately for the DCU to fail so that they can once again work themselves into a public frenzy to restore their beloved auteur to the lofty place they believe he alone deserves. That's wild that he's bringing up Snyder Bros. That's fantastic.
Who have been quiet for most of this. We see something here and there, but they've been pretty quiet. I think they were just sitting back going, told you so.
Here's where we get into like the mental gymnastics, though, because when women criticize this movie, then it creates a problem because you can't just immediately accuse them of being like insecure men. But here we go. He's going to try. Plenty of female content creators gleefully joined in the incessant crap hanging over the past few months, proving that it isn't just the guys who are capable of manufacturing misogyny or being driven to corrosivity. I never heard corrosivity before. By declining revenue streams in oversaturated spaces. To curry the favor of their largely male audiences, many women in these spaces have face-shamed Alcock with juvenile AI-generated caricatures. So,
is this a man denying the agency of a woman? Is that not
exactly?
sexist?
They're not allowed to have their own opinions, or they are, but only when they agree with him.
Did he say
if they disagree with him, then suddenly they're just pick-me's, I guess.
Did he say manufactured misogyny?
Yeah,
I heard that right.
I take issue with that because it's not manufactured; it's authentic.
We feel this way. Well, I don't want to say we. Yeah, we.
These words confuse me. Is something manufactured in like a factory not authentic, though? I mean, you know, you work really hard on it.
Yeah.
We worked on our misogyny for decades. It's very
we've been busting our ass being a misogyny.
But yeah, here we go, because like it waffles on to a quite absurd degree, but yeah, Supergirl is a perfect example of how toxic content creators have ruined the experience of anticipating and seeing a comic book movie, spewing out a steady stream of negativity, speculation, rumor mongering, and doom forecasting. Well, to that, I would say, welcome to the internet, sir.
Yeah.
That's kind of what people do.
And when it comes to this movie drinker, like, we were right. Like, it's pattern recognition. We've seen this before.
Yeah.
Also, they should thank the toxic people. If not for them, there'd be no one talking about this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there'd be particularly no women talking about the movie. So that's the other thing. Is like, so all of this is either toxic online right male chuds, or it's women who are pick-me women. And this is the reason the movie's bombed. The movie goes out of its way, and like all of its marketing deals are geared toward, we want women under 25 to go and see this movie. And they amounted for 15% of the audience. Is that because of us too? Or is that like their internalized misogyny? Why didn't women show up? Because it's a women movie, and they say that that's what they want. So, like, is it really us to blame?
It's like Charlie's Angels all over again.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, straight white men, this movie's not for you. Why did straight white men not go see this movie? Like, well, no one saw it, as it turns out. But like, I think, because I tried to talk about this in my video about it, like, your understanding of box office performance for comic book movies has to be based on the understanding that these movies are primarily for men. That is the audience. Women can absolutely enjoy them, and they do in large numbers, but the main target audience is always going to be men. You go to a Comic-Con, it's like 80-20 in favor of men in terms of attendance. That's just how it goes. Men and women tend to have different interests, and we're not against the idea of female superheroes. In fact, we like them if they're well done. Wonder Woman being a good example, where you have a very attractive actress playing a quite likable character, not a particularly talented actress in terms of range, but it doesn't matter because she looks great. And the movie doesn't spend its entire runtime shitting on men, the target audience. It generally treats them with a degree of respect. And that's all guys ask for in order to enjoy a movie like this. But if you're not willing to do that, well, wait and see what happens. You'll get The Marvels, or you'll get Birds of Prey, or you'll get Wonder Woman 1984. You know, it's inevitable, unfortunately.
And these people keep getting work. You know, Christina Hodgson's still getting work is unbelievable. What was the quote? MauLer, you're gone. Is like, she's written great scripts that we haven't seen, something to that effect.
Yeah.
Christina Hodgson.
It's going back.
It is going back, but James Gunn said something to the effect of, she's written great scripts that we haven't seen.
Yeah, okay. Even in it was in the context of like, yeah, you may think the film that was made from it was shit, but
Yes.
the script itself, you know.
He said the director came in and screwed it up. Well, what are you, James Gunn? The fact of the matter is this was the most predictable failure of the year. Everybody knew it. It's just the only thing that was surprising is how much it failed. I was a sweet summer child and overestimated it. Credit to MauLer, who you still overestimated its box office, but you were the lowest. You said 260 million worldwide.
I capped it at 40%.
Yeah.
Which
I was
way
a
too
wild
high.
optimist. I hedged my bets and I went for like 400. I was such an idiot. I had no idea how bad this was going to get. But when we talked about, like, you know, you mentioned the intersectionality of this film. What I see it as is an intersection of three things, ultimately. It's superhero fatigue, girl boss fatigue, and James Gunn fatigue. Those are the three factors which really intersected in this movie to fucking kill it. I think we're tired of all of those things.
Women fatigue.
Just because, you know, regardless of whether or not you see Supergirl herself as a girl boss, the fact is we've had so many bad experiences over the past decade or so, and it is pattern recognition. You're now trained to treat any character like this with a pretty heavy degree of skepticism, and that's where it's landed. You know, it's almost scuppered the chances of any female-led superhero movie or action movie of that nature because we've had so many bad experiences with this over the years. What else do you expect? And
the trailers made it very clear. Well, the trailers misled to the audience about what the movie was going to be anyway, because the trailers give you the impression that that is exactly what this movie is, that she is a decadent, deconstructive party girl who, like, basically endorses pissing on Superman. Imagine putting that in your trailer. That's not a great look. It's not actually the character they're trying to write, but most people don't know what character you're trying to write. Their first opinion of the movie is going to be by the marketing materials you give them. The marketing materials basically said that this is something that is going to appeal to young women because it's kind of extolling that sort of lifestyle. Nobody wants to see that. Mothers don't want their daughters to see that particularly. That's why they don't show up. Men are kind of bored of being told that standards for women are sexist, but standards for men are too low. That sort of hypocrisy pisses people off as well. They kind of want a bit more of an uplifting, traditional style story. The fact the movie tries to give you that, it's really bad, but it tries to give you that, is irrelevant if you've put everybody off even giving the movie a chance, which is what they did.
Yeah, the whole message from that movie from Allura was you be good, but you don't have to be nice. You don't have to be polite. Be good. That is not something that you can apply to a male character in any superhero movie. The male characters have to walk on eggshells, almost be insecure. That's what they've done to Clark. And that's what they've done to Superman. They take away his confidence and his aura, really. So he makes people feel safe all the time. So you can apply it. Women can be messy and drink. I mean, they just gave her a male role, right? That wasn't even in the terrible comic book that they adapted.
I think what you're seeing,
but not as much.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing with all of these type characters, the same with, say, Captain Marvel with the legendary Dawn when he tells her to smile and she like breaks his arm. It's this whole backlash against the perceived expectation that women should be pleasant or they should be amenable or accessible or whatever it might be. And so it's a rebellion. And so they go so far the opposite direction that they just make them into horrible people. And it's, you know, it's missing out the reality that there's a very understandable, like, evolutionary reason why women are supposed to be more agreeable is because they're less physically dominant than men. And like, if they start trying to throw their weight around, they'll come off worse ultimately. And so they have to be that way. And that's why they've evolved that way. But like, this is now trying to upend that. And as you say, turn them into asshole men with boobs. And it doesn't work. It's never going to work. You're trying to make them into something they fundamentally can't be.
I think as well, like the Tom King's comic isn't great. Nerdrotic could probably attest to that. But the adaptation fundamentally misunderstands the moral message at the end of the movie because the comic is basically True Grit in space, and Ruthie is like the emotional center, and Kara's this warrior figure who reshapes the girl's journey and ethics over months of traveling. It's not a 3-day adventure. It's this cosmic journey into multiple planets where they see what Krem has done with the brigands, mass murder, genocide. And at the end, what's her face? Ruthie doesn't kill Krem, and neither does Supergirl. In fact, they imprison him in the Phantom Zone for centuries, and he eventually regrets his ways. He seeks forgiveness after release. He begs Supergirl and Ruthie to forgive him, and they just leave him there. And so the message at the end of the story is sort of like violence begets violence, and that is completely undermined by the ending of this movie.
Yeah, well, it's like, no, violence solves all problems, because ultimately, no man, no problem. And that's, Well, I honestly would like a movie to take the more refreshing route of like, hey, revenge can actually be awesome at times. If it's well done and it ultimately means punishing someone who's done a horrible thing to you.
Every stupid fucking attempt at this story we've been having lately is always like revenge bad, and you're like, okay, fine, I'll entertain it. What's the context? It's like rape Hitler. You're like, no, I think it's good on that one, actually. We're fine. And it's like, well, you can kill 1,000 people, but not the person that is the personification of your vengeance. What's done wrong with you? It's like, I don't understand what you. What?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, if someone, say, murdered your entire family and you had the opportunity to kill them in return, I think you would. And if you get away with it, you'd be like, yeah, I did that and I feel great about it. No compunctions there whatsoever. Like,
you kind of need that. I hesitate to fucking reference this in this context, but you kind of need that raw honesty of like Iron Man saying, I don't care, he killed my mom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't care. I don't care about you saying, oh, it'll follow you for the rest of the life. I don't care. I don't care. Why would I care?
Yeah. Yeah, as someone pointed out, law-abiding citizen, boy, does he take his revenge.
That film's fucking ending sucks. But like, up to that point.
But up until that point, it's great.
Also, someone mentioned Sicario. That is some fucking cold revenge, dude.
That is some good stuff.
If I can just go back to like, if we go back to the 80s, like Wonder Woman, Linda Carter, they made her what she was, and it attracted a lot of people. Buck Rogers in 25th century. You had Erin Gray. I watched that show for her pretty much, but you get those. It was pretty much easier in the 80s how they did things compared to they do them now.
The example that I think gets overlooked quite a lot because it was ultimately from a TV show is Samantha Carter from Stargate SG-1, who I think is a great example of like a well-written female character who doesn't take any shit, but also she doesn't act like a complete bitch who's just out to like prove herself better than everyone else around her. She's actually like very supportive of her teammate. She works well as part of the team. She takes orders when she's supposed to because she's junior to O'Neill. But also she offers solutions, she offers ideas, she's compassionate. A really well-written character, and it's like, you can do it. You can create these well-written female characters that are strong, but don't have to be. They don't feel the need to constantly prove it to the audience because they credit the audience with a bit more intelligence than that. But that's a different era of writing. Unfortunately, we don't get that anymore.
No, they're not allowed to. I mean, the Bechdel test is gospel. To them, and which is hilarious because the person who created the Bechdel test said it was parody. It was supposed to be a joke.
It was
not supposed to be taken seriously.
Are there any movies that have failed the reverse Bechdel test, and are any of them any good?
What, in like there's no men in it that have?
Well, there's never a scene between more like two men or more, and they never discuss anything other than a woman or whatever. I guess that would be the reverse. Has that ever been achieved by a movie, and was it ever any good? The movie.
Oh, I was going to say Lord of the Rings, but not really.
No, yeah, the reverse of the Bechdel test.
Yeah. Well, so men not talking about a woman.
Yeah, like, do we ever have a movie where there is never at least a scene with two men talking about something, and whenever they do, they're not talking about just a woman?
I'd have to think about that.
Because not even Barbie passes that sort of test, right? Because I think.
Would you class that as a good movie, though?
Well, no, but I just mean like very few movies pass it. No, that's not. That's the
like
regular Bechdel test.
That's okay.
Yeah, so we'd almost like need a version of
I'm
the thing
confused.
where everyone in it is a woman,
Yeah.
basically.
How many movies are there? What about women talking? Has anyone seen that?
Fuck no. Fuck that.
Chris
Why would you
Gore has.
want
No.
We got nothing.
Yeah, everyone keeps suggesting movies that pass the like not the Bechdel test, the reverse
The
of
reverse
it, the
Bechdel
female version.
We're gonna have to call it the MauLer test or something. I don't know. You're gonna
The
have
point
to
I'm trying to make
coin this one.
is, I'm just amused by the fact that of all film history, we can't even think of like when they would have done that. And even if they did, it would probably be pretty, I imagine, pretty awful. But,
I think what you're saying is like basically films need men in them to be good. I think that seems to be your
that's
take
what
on
I'm
this
getting
one,
out of
MauLer.
Wasn't there a female version of Ocean's 11?
Yes, Ocean's 8.
Ocean's 8.
Whether you consider
wait,
that good is
Drinker.
debatable.
Does The Descent have a scene in it with more than just one guy?
No, it
There you
doesn't.
go.
There, you've done
Descent-
it.
Yeah,
Holy
and The
shit, you
Descent's a
found a
really
movie that's
fucking good
passed
movie.
it.
So
Yeah.
we did it.
It can be done.
Not bad, guys.
Yeah, as a
solved
reference to
sexism.
that, yes. Like if you haven't seen The Descent, and I think there might be more than one movie called that, but this is like the 2004
Neil Marshall
horror movie. Yeah, it's really fucking good.
Banger of a
and
movie, yeah.
actually, the female characters in that are pretty well written as well. It's a decent movie.
Well, I
like it.
dare say, without spoiling anything, they're pretty fucking bold with what they have some of the female characters do in that, in terms of flaws, in terms of dynamism.
Yeah. Let
Would
me
it
answer a
pass
couple
the
of
reverse-
supers. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, would it pass the reverse Bechdel test? Because technically, two women are fighting over one man.
But they do have lots of conversations that don't revolve around men
Yeah.
That's
in
fair.
the course of it. So I think it's okay. It probably does pass the reverse. Let me answer a couple of supers just before I move on here. Echoes of the Ancients. It was great to meet you in the cast and director of your movies in Toronto. The movies were very enjoyable to watch, and I appreciate the fact that you picked a theater that served good beer. They served good beer, yeah. They actually served good Negronis there as well. I was quite impressed by them. Cole bought me like 5 of them throughout the night. That's why I was so plastered by the end, but it was a lot of fun. So yeah, it was good to meet you, and I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. The remaining people defending the crap writing of both Superman's James Gunn and Supergirl is sad. One said the Jor-El message was great writing since it made John Kent's character look better. John Kent wasn't even a character in that fucking movie.
No. And dude, tracking the fucking goalposts for that stupid plot point has been insane. Because you guys can all remember, I assume, it was like, no, it's fake. It's fake.
Yep.
It's fake.
So many people said
James
it.
Gunn-
That James Gunn had to do whole interviews saying,
Yeah.
no, it's not fake. I meant it. I put everyone in the movie telling you that it's real.
Oh, read the room, James. He should have just taken this opportunity to be like, yeah, faked you out on this one. It wasn't real. You know, because clearly everyone hates it.
Too
but
late now.
He's sticking to it. He's sticking to it.
Now, in order to get rid of it, you have to have Brainiac convinced all of the people of Krypton it was true, even though it wasn't. It's like, okay.
I just received my copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth to replay over the 4th of July weekend. I've been on the fence on getting into the series and decided to go for it. I also made sure to get physical copies because fuck Sony, physical forever. Yeah, well, enjoy it a lot because I certainly did, and I'm looking forward to what's it going to be called? It begins with R next year.
Retard?
Revelations, that's it. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Revelations. Not retard. But yeah, physical copies, it does obviously bring me on to Sony have decided from 2028 onwards they're no longer going to sell physical discs, and it's just going to be downloads only. So yes, you will own nothing and you'll be happy.
Yeah, Industry's going to follow suit on that, and that's coming to an end, folks, on physicals for games.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate what it's going to lead us to, because it's not just going to be, downloads of games. It's going to be constant live service. It's going to be them removing games whenever they feel like it. Remember that PT demo? That was awesome. And then they decided they didn't want people to have it anymore. You can, it just got wiped from people's hard drives if you were in any way connected online.
You have to buy like a PS3 that downloaded it at the time that then went offline on eBay.
Yeah.
Like that's the way you get access to it. It's fucking crazy.
And these are the same people that deleted 500 odd movies from their catalog. Even if you'd bought the movie
make
and
no
paid for it, it's gone.
Movies will be next. Like other industries will be following suit. They'll be like, we're gonna round up doing physical stuff because unfortunately, this is just going to be beneficial for people like Sony or companies like Sony. It's just a lot of cost and infrastructure they can just drop, and people will buy digital.
Stock price actually increased slightly on the news. So yeah, I mean it's a massive. I mean, unfortunately, that tells you that the audience is leading it though, because if the costs were such that there was a big enough audience to justify the continued sale of physical, it was actually a proper revenue stream because everybody wanted it and bought it, they would not be doing this. And the fact that they've seen it as a cost benefit to remove all physical, remove all the production costs that's associated with, the stock price increases as a result, and the backlash is confined to gamers online, but not evidently the general audience, tells you that unfortunately this is just what most people are fine with. They are happy just downloading stuff.
The writing was on the wall, unfortunately, once you had like the whole idea of like day one patches and updates and stuff. Because once you go down that road, you've got one foot in the grave, basically. And it's like now you're at the point where you can't just, at some unforeseen point in the future, just put the actual original disc in and install it and expect to play it, because it's going to need like a dozen different patches in order to work. And if that server's offline at that point, you're fucked. It's gone anyway.
Yeah,
so
did
like,
I tell you?
Point?
The fucking Bond game, like you need to be signed in and online, and I didn't even know what the benefits were. And then every once in a while I was playing the game, it would just pause everything and be like, you've disconnected from the Bond verse, you need to reconnect. I'll just be like, and it's why? Like, what the fuck?
What is it about that constant reassurance that it needs in order to just work? Yeah, I hate it. And I honestly hate where gaming's going.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, right? This is just the fucking 10 billionth fight that we're going to lose, unfortunately, over the course of several decades. So they've just chipped away a lot of the soul of gaming.
But there might be some good
what you're going to get is like...
there might be some good that comes out of it in that. So the next generation of consoles is going to cost roughly the same amount as a low to mid-range gaming PC. On PC, it's already predominantly download only, but you do keep the rights to anything you buy. Anything you play on Steam is yours. You can copy those files off to a safe hard drive. You're never going to lose them. If Steam disappears forever, you've still got the games. What's the incentive to buy a games console at all if it costs the same and you get less out of it? So more people might just move to PC, which is better for it anyway. Well, yeah, but then like, how many of those have there been that have been worth playing in this entire console generation?
My man, I wish that would what stopped people from like, picking them up anyway.
It was, because the allure of consoles was always the convenience of it, right? You don't have to worry about compatibility issues, hardware upgrades, whatever. It's just a thing that's like you plonk it down and it's ready to go. Obviously, what we've got over the years, like consoles have moved closer and closer to PCs to the point where it basically is just a PC with a stripped down operating system. That's all it is. And you're getting more and more of the complexities that come with PC gaming, like the updates and the patches and stuff that have to be done. Yeah, there's a degree of automation there, but it's still stuff you have to consider. And so, yeah, maybe it'll drive more people to PC gaming now because it's like, well, we're close enough that I just don't care. I'd rather make the leap. But I mean, it's sad that that's where it's
the next big console exclusive, and basically the only one that anyone's particularly interested in, is obviously going to be GTA 6, which is a game that is too big to do physical media for. It would take 5 discs to run on an Xbox. They're not going to do that. That's just silly. So unfortunately, if you demand bigger and bigger and bigger games with better and better and better graphics, physical becomes more and more expensive to do, and less inclined are they going to be to do it. It's like, say, well, N64 cartridges went this way eventually because they had some advantages over discs, but the storage capacity was too small and they were really expensive to produce. I would like to have GTA 6 on 8,000 N64 cartridges because it would be funny, but it would be very impractical.
I do like how everyone's shitting on them online. Even Domino's Pizza is doing it. Like it says here, in response to trends in the gaming industry, as of the 1st of April 2027, Domino's UK will cease production of physical pizzas and shift to production of digital pizzas only. Customers can download our full range of delicious pizza codes and, using the power of the imagination, enjoy them in an entirely virtual sense. It's like, oh, I respect that. They make shit pizzas, but man, they're cooking online. Like, afternoon. Over a week ago, I was at Walmart and saw McFarlane's Supergirl figures swarming the shelf, even the rare gold labels that were in great quantity. If that doesn't say anything about the film, cheers, lads. Yeah, haven't they taken down all the big like cardboard fucking things that you're meant to stand beside and all that? like literally after the first weekend. It's just done, man.
They did in LA, and usually people want those things. Usually there's a waiting list, either employees or customers who want to take them home, and I guess that one wasn't worth it, and they just tore it up.
Yeah.
The Supergirl figures was marked for half price a day after the movie's release.
Let me do this one before I move on. Check out my first ebook, a Lovecraftian New York noir set in 1928 under the shadow of madness. A war-weary private investigator is investigating the ritual murder of a prostitute at a high clientele motel. How does that work? It involves the KKK and a mob and esoteric order of Dagon. I mean, sounds wild, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, check it out. So, Under the Shadow of Madness. I do like a bit of Lovecraftian horror. It's always good fun like that. Yeah, anyway, I'll wait to go into this next thing. Let's see if I can share screen on this one. So, you guys are familiar with The Rock. He's kind of a big deal, or at least he was. Maybe not so much in the past year or two. But he is under fire once again, but not by the audience. He's under fire from the likes of George Takei and Will Wheaton. I mean, truly a force to be reckoned with here. Dwayne Johnson slammed as a coward for staying quiet on politics. Star Trek icon George Takei, how's he still alive? Fires back. Silence is complicity. So he's catching flack on social media after he told Esquire magazine this month that he will no longer speak publicly on politics, which is a really smart thing for any actor to do.
Yep.
I would encourage you all to follow his lead.
Well, I mean, in relation to the other conversation we had, do you think there's he should commit to that as action, but not necessarily make that statement because it attracts controversy then, instead of just playing it cool?
Probably, but I guess he was asked directly about it. I'm not sure. Star Trek icon George Takei is one of the Hollywood voices criticizing his stance, writing on Threads, silence is complicity. And then Will Wheaton, fucking always chasing clout, this boy. So disappointing to find out he is such a coward, replied Will Wheaton. Yeah, fucking say that to his face, buddy, and then see how that goes.
I don't know. It's also just funny because most of the statements someone like a Will Wheaton will make are the ones that he finds out are approved ahead of time.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, oh, yes, the coward, I see.
I just want to point out that a statement made on Threads about silence being complicity is in itself silence because nobody saw it because it's on Threads.
That's true, yeah.
George Takei, as the great William Shatner calls him, is a day player. That's all he ever was. He's not, he might be in Hollywood. The only reason he gets any attention now is because of his politics, and the same for Will Wheaton, who used to grift on the nerd space. And then he went nuts. I remember when he left Twitter, he used to write just for Twitter at the time, books on Twitter, if you guys remember, and on Facebook. And he's always been this way, and he's always been annoying. So 2 Star Trek actors who've done nothing with their careers afterwards want Dwayne Johnson to talk about politics.
It is funny that we talked about 1991 earlier, and I would argue that's the last time that both of these guys were actually relevant in Hollywood. So, but yeah, it says here, because he's promoting Moana right now, he's obviously on the press circuit, says he regrets endorsing Joe Biden for president in 2020. I think a lot of people probably feel that way. Anyway, it says, my goal is to bring this country together. I believe in that. There will be no endorsement. At this level of influence, I will keep my politics to myself. It's between me and the ballot box. I mean, he has to get in a little bit of ego stroke in there.
God, he's not wrong. Yeah, but to say it out loud, with my influence, I could tip the scales of an election. So I'm
so damn powerful. I'm basically the kingmaker right here.
But remember, too, The Rock was out there going hard for Biden when he was running. So
yeah.
I think if The Rock makes a song, like Imagine or something, if you recorded a song, that would change everything.
Yeah.
So.
We need another global pandemic so we can cheer us all
best
up.
acting job, by
the
way.
And the fact that The Rock destroyed G.I. Joe, he destroyed G.I. Joe, entirely. That's why I can't stand the guy anymore.
Had to bring it up. I mean, you're not wrong.
I do like this quote from him
it's all good.
though, right? Where he says, what I've learned through experience is that I need, not want, the main thing. And the main thing for me, the thing that's in the morning I swing my legs out of bed and run towards is creating. It's art, it's storytelling. I've learned I'm going to keep my politics to myself. There are moments when, hey, there's nothing we can't talk about. If I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong. Or if I feel like I got a leg up and this is the right way to go, I'll share it with you. Politics is omnipresent and it's forever. I don't hate it. I hate it at times. Okay. I hate the slinging. I hate all the bullshit that comes with it. And he's 100% right. Like, if you're an artist, concentrate on creating art. Don't concern yourself with politics. It's not your domain. You're probably not qualified to talk about it. Leave it alone. Now, with Dwayne Johnson, he's the master of saying what he thinks people want to hear. He's done it for his entire Hollywood career. The moment he gets the slightest bit of pushback on anything, he'll either retract or he'll pivot to something else. He's not big on, like, you're never going to see him do a Rachel Zegler where he's like, I'm just going to go down in flames with this political opinion, even if it's destroying my career. He will do what it takes to survive. But at the same time, I don't disagree with his stance on this one.
Although, I mean, again, and he's feeling burned from his endorsement of Biden because, I mean, you guys have seen the video. It's so cringe and fake and awful and everything that's bad about Hollywood celebrity. So hopefully he learned his lesson. But the only reason he did is because it hurt his brand. Let's be real.
And didn't he try going back to WWE after endorsing Biden and then discovered that the pro wrestling fans are not necessarily big fans of Joe Biden, to the surprise of himself, apparently.
Except it didn't work out. Well, I think that as well, he's kind of morphed into this Hulk Hogan figure where it's like, you're way over the hill for wrestling, but you just refuse to leave the limelight. And so every few years you'll show up and insert yourself into like a major storyline because you're that big of a deal that you can just do that. You've got the clout, but like you haven't earned it. And so everyone just kind of gets pissed off with him because he's now just throwing his weight around. And it didn't work out for him too well for various reasons.
He made a mistake. Not that he would have been great, but he made a decision in his career not to do like Arnold Schwarzenegger rated R action movies. He wanted to do more family friendly action movies, basically. And that's where he should have gone. He should have gone into the hyper violent rated R, like, you know, saving some kids from some child traffickers kind of movie. That's that
wouldn't play in Hollywood.
Well, it is now. They do now. They've recently discovered that there's child trafficking, like in the last couple of years. Yeah. After ignoring it and being its best clients for 20 years, you know, they've
but you can see how they'll portray it. Like, if it's terrorism, it'll be white guys. If it's child trafficking, it'll be white guys. Like, well, okay, sure.
How many different ways can we make white guys the bad guys?
Yeah, exactly. It is kind of interesting, though, that they made Citizen Vigilante available free on Twitter for like 48 hours. And it's blown up. Like, it's somehow become like the most culturally relevant movie of the year. And you're not supposed to see it. And it's a fucking UV Ball movie.
Yeah.
And it's not a technically well-made movie in the slightest. UV Ball should not be a director. But it's tapped into the zeitgeist, I guess, and it's become like this underground hit somehow. And it's the Streisand effect in action. The more they try to smother it, the more it's like fanned the flames.
I know it's not the same, but it almost had that Sound of Freedom vibe because nobody was really talking about it until it finally blew up.
The difference being, though, like Sound of Freedom is a relatively like technically well-made movie.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a UV Ball exploitation flick. 100%.
Admittedly, what I'd say is probably his best film, but
that's a tough bar to clear, Gary.
I can't say
like this is the tastiest turd I've ever eaten. You know?
the fact that he had to go into one of his buildings and look at mold.
Yeah,
mold
it's
is
wild stuff, but like, so you guys, are you excited for the Odyssey? Christopher Nolan's Odyssey
every day.
Like, it's having that kind of effect on us, I think. For some reason. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I'll go on the record, and I don't agree with Jeremy. I think this is gonna bomb.
You think it's gonna bomb?
That's a bold.
That's my opinion. I'm not. The only movie I like from him was the Dark Knight trilogy, and Interstellar. So
we'll go for it. What's your argument? Why do you think it's going to bomb?
I just think with the whole race swap, Zendaya, they're not appealing. And Matt Damon's, I never liked him anyway, but he's just not an appealing character. That's, like I said, that's my opinion. I just don't think it's I just don't think it's going to be a good movie.
How much do you think Nolan's name is going to pull it through, though? Like, for a lot of people, a lot of audience members, a lot of like normal people recognize Nolan, whereas a lot of films don't get that benefit these days.
I think the movie will be, in terms of critical reception, that will be divided, but it'll probably end up clearing 750 million. It won't do Oppenheimer levels, but like I think it will do okay.
I wonder, actually, because I wonder
barely
if Cole
breaking even, by the way.
Yeah, I wonder if Cole might be onto something with this one, because I think we talked about this before. Like Oppenheimer, if you remove that from the equation, right? We went back through Christopher Nolan's filmography. He doesn't like have a track record of like drawing mega numbers at the box office. Like when, say we look at Tenet, that made 365 million.
That was during COVID, though.
Yeah, that was.
So I'll kind of exclude that. Dunkirk, 549. I mean, that's pretty respectable. Like it's good numbers, but it's not crazy or anything. Interstellar, that was probably the biggest outside of Oppenheimer. That was 770 million. So that's a good one.
Didn't The Dark Knight hit $1 billion?
Yeah, The Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight Rises is his.
The Dark Knight movies are a weird one, I guess, because like they're more trading on the Batman.
I want to give him credit for that. He built
Nolan
the Dark Knight trilogy. Like it's not just Batman's name that gets him that.
There was
Begins was, if you remember when it came out, Begins was like, it's a good movie.
Begins
I like
did
Batman.
Okay at the box office. Yeah.
Dark Knight went crazy, and then Dark Knight Rises went crazy.
It shouldn't have.
Yeah.
He did build that up because there was no goodwill towards Batman movies after Schumacher's run in the 90s. Like nobody took Batman seriously, despite the work that Tim Burton did in the early 90s.
And that's what affected Begins. It, like I said, it did well. I thought it would do better, and I liked it a lot. So I'm like, wow, man, it's kind of surprising. The Memento guy did it, but I think outside of Batman movies, I think he's always been profitable. He's always been on time, and his budgets have been reasonable. Now, this is his most expensive movie. It's $250 million. The marketing's going to be $200 million easily. So I think the break-even point's somewhere between 550 and 600 on this. Flop, man, I don't think it's gonna flop. Now, roast me if I'm wrong on it, please. But like, I just don't think so. I underperform. Yeah, I think that's a possibility.
The subject matter is a bit of an unknown quantity because it's been a while since we've had this kind of historical epic along the same lines as the Odyssey. And so I don't really know what the appetite is for something like this.
I still think it's the most anticipated movie of the year because it's Nolan kind of going out of his wheelhouse and doing essentially fantasy, right? And can he do that because he's kind of he's a sterile director, right? He doesn't really do the fantastical. His films aren't filled with levity or color. They're really well made. They're filmed on film, and I don't pray at the altar of Nolan. But Prestige is fucking awesome. Like he's made some great movies. I love Memento. It's hard to bet against him because he's like the only real Hollywood movie star right now who can put butts in seats. And the pre-sales are pretty good. Nowhere near Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is killing it in pre-sales right now.
Yeah.
But it's on this one. The trailers are doing no favor, and I got to give credit to Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. We were on the phone, and he's like, if they put a frame of Lupita Nyong'o in the trailer, it's going to get ratioed, and it got ratioed like bad. Yeah. And it I have to, like, Asmongold, it was getting there anyway, and then Asmongold did a clip on it and it just shot through the roof. The power of Asmongold and the power of the chuds.
I mean, that's an unfortunate, because I think this came from IGN, right? So they cherry picked some stills from the trailer that they wanted to show that was going to get people excited for it. And this is the other one that they picked.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's just stop.
Oh, A character,
So yeah,
a character that's not even in the Odyssey, by the way.
Nope.
Sinon. Yep. That's an odd choice.
I mean, obviously we've seen the backlash to Supergirl, right? Partly because of, the press tour and some of the stuff that Millie Alcock said, which may have been misrepresented, but either way, it made it into the public consciousness and it probably contributed to the film underperforming. Do you think stuff like this will have an impact?
A small one. I don't know how big in it. I think it will be more than countered by the appeal of Nolan, as has been mentioned. The fact that it's not just an historical epic; it is the Odyssey. Like, it's one of the kind of almost like the origin forms of story. There's so much in it which is so powerfully done that it's almost impossible to get it totally wrong. It might be a bad adaptation, but as long as the basic essential beats are there, it's so universally gettable. I think a general audience will still resonate with it. And I don't think most people who are not online really give that much of a shit about Elliot, whatever his name is, Page, this person, whoever it is. We do, because we know a bit more about it, and obviously it's our job to follow these things way more closely. The general public is a little bit bored of having trans stuff thrown in their faces, but I don't think that's what this movie is doing, and I think most people just won't even remember that this is a story about that. So it won't have helped the movie. I just don't think it's going to hinder it too much. I'd still say like 900 million to $1 billion would be a safe bet.
Really?
Unless it's really awful. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, like I say, I feel like it's a bit of an unknown quantity, this one. I don't feel like there's much I can compare it to.
No.
With Supergirl, I think we knew, we had a rough ballpark of how badly it was going to perform. With this, I feel like it could be anything. Honestly, I don't know. Like you say, Gary, I think you mentioned, like, the pre-sales are tracking really well. So I guess that's a good sign. And then, yeah, I guess we're gonna find out. But
I wouldn't guess flop, but I simultaneously have no idea if it gets over like $1 billion or anything. It's like,
yeah. Like I said, I may be wrong on this, but this movie is just not appealing for a Christopher Nolan movie. So
yeah, I mean, just like on the trailer alone, it's not very appealing.
For me, yeah, it feels like Nolan is the wrong director for this kind of mythical historical epic. Like, whenever I look at this trailer, I'm like, God, it's so bleak, it's so washed out. Like, it's so. I get that I get that his thing is to try and ground like these fairly fantastical concepts in reality. That's why the Dark Knight trilogy did so well. It's like, wow, we've taken Batman and we've moved it out of like the Joel Schumacher insanity into something that's like much more believable in the real world. Okay, sure. And then like when he's going to do sci-fi movies, again, he grounds them in believable or at least understandable science that apparently is very, very well researched, which again, I respect a great deal. But with something like the Odyssey, where it's like quasi mythological, supernatural, epic storytelling, I don't know. I want it to be elevated a little bit. I don't want to just.
It should be Taika Waititi who does it.
Yeah.
Well, we've referenced Troy a lot of times, and like I'm not gonna hold that up as great storytelling from a writing point of view, but like the visual aspect of it, the casting of it, and so on, I quite liked. Like those actors that they cast for those roles somehow lived up to that larger than life, impossibly beautiful, impossibly like muscular or powerful or great warriors or whatever ideals that the Odyssey brings forth. This doesn't. This just feels like, okay, we're trying to make the Odyssey believable, but it's not believable. It's got gods and monsters and stuff in it. It's like those are two worlds that shouldn't really collide like this.
They should approach the Odyssey like Jason and the Argonauts. That would be fun. I think that would get people in the theater. Unfortunately, Ray Harryhausen isn't with us anymore. Legend.
Yeah.
But this one looks like we want to win awards, but I think it's way more than that. Like I've said before, I think it's Nolan didn't need to race swap anybody, and he would have still been up for awards. That still would have happened. This is reinforcing Hollywood's belief that he believes in. and it was just unnecessary. So this is a game he doesn't need to play. This is, Taika Waititi needs to play that game. Christopher Nolan doesn't.
He's also shot himself in the foot with the modern translation that he's using for this movie, which features dialogue like "daddy" and even "tote bag," which is retarded.
Yeah,
Emily
it was
Wilson.
all predicated on the idea that, like, the mode of speech, which seems antiquated to us, wouldn't have seemed antiquated to the ancient Greeks who read it, because it was meant to be somewhat contemporary. And so, like, okay, let's replicate that by like making all these like modern day terms thrown into it. But it's like you're missing the fundamental point. It's not contemporary to us. It's an ancient Greek legend. So we want it to sound antiquated because that's the way it should be.
It's the tricky thing, because the dual purpose of her translation is it Emily? What was the name of it? Wilson, Emily Wilson. It was partially, as you just said, it's to try and make it as current to us as it was current to the people who first heard the story. But she did have a secondary reason for doing that as well. She wanted to kind of like demystify the masculine language of war. She wanted to take away some of its sense of poetic grandeur and reduce it to something which is much more, at the same time, sort of common and mundane and less celebratory. And I think that maybe misses the point of at least part of what the story is about. It's supposed to be about ideals of glory, and men idealize warfare as a form of glory. You miss some of the magic of it, I think, if you strip the language away from it completely. But on the other hand, that might be maximizing the audience in the same way that diverse casting might, in Nolan's calculation anyway. Whether it works is a different question. He might be looking at it and thinking, well, we've got a dead, locked-in fucking core audience who's always going to turn up for this. But just as he introduces Harry Styles to Dunkirk and then attracts a younger demographic than would naturally be interested in the movie, maybe he thinks, well, if I cast Lupita Nyong'o, maybe if I cast a whole bunch of other like race swap people, it's more diversity, I might get a larger, more broader audience, which is then also able to understand the language in a way that they wouldn't if it was kept in its kind of antiquated, highfalutin style. I would rather it have been kept in that style. I just think his calculation is he's making this for as large a demographic as possible.
It's a horrifying then prospect of like, if this movie is massively successful, then what are you going to do? You're going to end up like debasing every historical epic to like the lowest common denominator of like, right, let's put it into like Gen Z TikTok language.
Let's dumb it down.
Yeah, so the dummies
idiots
can get it. Yeah, it's like rather than them trying to elevate themselves to understand somewhat challenging movies and material, it's like, no, everything will come down to their level so that they can just consume the slop. And like, well, where does that take us in terms of like casting? Are we going to have a remake of like Braveheart where William Wallace is a black lesbian? That's the kind of lesson they would take from that, though.
It is, yeah, which is why I'm fully expecting not really to like this movie very much, and I might even quite actively dislike it when it comes out. I just still think, unfortunately, I think it will probably still work and work quite well for its intended purposes. I think the movie will do well, and I will not like that it does well for precisely that reason. I think it's going to teach the wrong lessons.
Because it'll be something people can point to and go, look, it works. And I believe it was you who pointed out Platoon on Friday Night Tights that because I didn't know this, when Homer was writing this, the impetus behind it was to modernize it at that time. Yeah.
That's the other thing about it. Like Homer, I've heard people complain about like the use of armor in this movie, for example, just as you've seen in the trailers, and it's like this whole plate armor obviously doesn't come around for centuries, but when Homer first writes this story, he actually writes it set hundreds of years before his present day, but he gives all of the soldiers what was at the time to them modern, like relatively modern and local armor. It was supposed to be like, it's the equivalent of almost anyway. You go and you tell like an ancient story, but you set US Marines in it. He wanted to update it for the modern audience of his day. We look at it and we see it as an historical epic. At the time, he looked at it and said, I want to make the historical epic modern for my audience. So in a weird way, Nolan is doing what Homer did in the way he's updating certain things. Yes.
Homer is to blame for woke Hollywood now.
Like I like rap music, but I'm not. Am I watching this for Travis Scott? Are they trying to get another demographic into this movie?
Yes,
that kind of shit.
That's exactly why they did it. That's exactly. The name Robert Eggers has been brought up for this, and like he would have made a great version. That wouldn't have had mass appeal at all.
No, this would have been trippy as fuck, but it would have been insanely good.
Yep.
But yeah, it would have been for cinephiles only, unfortunately. And yeah, this is it just saddens me that this is where we've gotten to. Like, this is what they're having to do in order to get mass appeal, to get movies like this funded. I don't want it to happen.
If it wasn't for the diverse casting, the most criticism would be at this guy right here, for playing, Odysseus, Matt Damon.
I would have liked to have seen some Greek actors in this. That would have been crazy. I'm sure, like, there was this open letter written to Nolan, like, literally stating, like, there's not a single actor of Greek descent in this movie at all.
Or Greek passing.
Yeah, which is like, anyone from Southern Europe would do. Any, like, Italian immigrants or something, they'd probably be okay. They could make it. But nah, it's like...
Bernthal is of Italian descent.
Yep.
Slightly, right?
Actually, yeah, good point. Is he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the most Greek-looking person.
Probably, I think he's the only one then. So we got one. Okay, that's one.
And that's Italian
something.
as opposed to Greek as well. So it's like, well, we got someone who is loosely derived from somewhere near the Mediterranean. That's close enough.
Yeah, well done, Christopher Nolan. I appreciate what you've done. But yeah.
What's the ratio at? I can look real quick. Hang on.
Yeah, if you want to check, because it was close to getting ratioed.
Oh, it's ratioed. It's bad. It is. Well, that's not the right one. That can't be right. Hang on. Oh, it's Canada. Why did I get Canada? I want universal pictures. Here we go.
Enabled, clearly.
Canada doesn't count. Okay, 43,000 up, 164,000 down.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be nice if that translates to the box office, because that will prove me wrong in my cynicism. But
I mean, that's the kind of ratio that transcends just, assholes like us talking on panel shows to actual widespread normie backlash against the movie. I mean, that is bad.
That is really bad. And the fact that a Nolan film was even almost ratioed was bad. But you can blame a couple of clips towards the end of the trailer for it exclusively.
I do wonder, man, if maybe this movie might become some kind of focal point for a kind of simmering annoyance that's been going on for the past several years of say race swaps and inappropriate castings and stuff in Hollywood. I don't know, maybe like people have been vaguely aware of it for a while, and like maybe this movie is going to be that cultural touchstone of like, no, this is the point where we say enough. We're not doing this crap anymore.
Yeah, even if I'm against the race swap, but even if you're going to do it, going off of what Disbrew said about superheroes, where he's right, they all need to be 10s. Like Helen of Troy needs to be unquestionably hot.
Yes. Diane Kruger was a good choice.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yes.
Gal Gadot would have been a good choice a few years ago. She could have played her.
Odysseus, no.
Yeah, as long as she didn't have to do any actual acting, just kind of stand there, Gal.
I read the script and there are no words for me. And he's like, yeah, that's great.
It's fine.
To your point, Gary, when Catwoman came out with Halle Berry, nobody complained that she was black because she was freaking hot. Like,
yep,
yeah, she was
definitely.
Still is, actually.
Yes, she is.
Well,
just watch Swordfish too.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I was just thinking about Halle Berry.
Swordfish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She was paid like what, $500,000 to get them out. It's like that was money well spent.
Yeah,
well done.
that's so funny being in the room for that conversation with like lawyers as well or something. It's like, will you get your tits out? And it's like, how much? I'm an high class.
Why is she talking like a Yorkshireman? Don't know.
Yep.
Wait, well, that wasn't her. That's like the exec.
Hey, that's lovely.
Get lovely guy, you know, and he's like, you gotta get him out, love.
Because that was like early in her career as well. Like when she was, I think probably before she was like a mega star. You know, she hadn't done Die Another Day or anything yet, so.
She was on the rise, I believe.
Many things were on the rise. And
beat me to it by 1 second.
Didn't she win an Academy Award or nominated
for Monsters Ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she got them out there as well. But it wasn't hot and sexy. It was like
they do the hot and sexy thing, and then they get ugly for a role and play an abused woman or something, and then they win an Academy Award. Charlize Theron.
Billy Bob Thornton, though, like he must have been thanking his lucky stars for getting to play opposite her in that scene.
Oh yeah.
He was with Angelina Jolie for quite some time as well during that period.
Blood Vials.
He was like the Pete Davidson of his day, man. It's
Dude,
like I don't know what he had.
He's a walking
like,
tripod. He must be.
Yeah. He had something going on, man.
I buy him way more than Pete Davidson though, like the charisma aspect.
Yep.
Because he's fucking entertaining as hell.
Jolie,
the shit, MauLer. It's great.
Jolie also had some daddy issues with Jon Voight at that time, so you can understand what's going on.
But he had her when she was like peak Jolie, like in the Tomb Raider sort of era.
Whenever this comes up, I want to make sure everyone knows about the blood vial shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird, but like, I don't know, compared to some of the stuff that goes down in Hollywood, it seems quite tame by comparison.
I guess. Were they sacrificing babies to Moloch? You're like, no, just blood vials. Like,
Did they eat children or anything? Nah, no, not quite that. Yeah, just blood vials. It's something. Let me answer a couple of super chats here. How do you distinguish a masterpiece from a perfect film? If Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece, I wouldn't call it perfect. If Big Trouble in Little China is perfect, I'm not sure I'd call it a masterpiece. I would. Can a film be both, and how would you categorize each? I think with masterpieces, like that comes down to like cultural impact and like artistic significance rather than just being like soundly written and like effectively a really tight screenplay.
Also, like almost the synthesis of everything that creator is good at, and they're like 11 out of 10, and no one could have done it the way they did it. That is their masterpiece, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Versus perfect, oftentimes is like, wow, that was tight as all hell, and I wouldn't change a thing. And that's irrelevant of how it like makes me feel, sort of thing.
Yeah, and there's no film without like some kind of mistake. Every film has a little mistake in it. They all do.
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz doesn't have a mistake.
That movie is like perfect.
It is. Oh, I totally agree. No, but Lord of the Rings trilogy is a masterpiece.
Yes,
absolute masterpiece. Big Trouble in Little China, masterpiece,
and perfect. So yeah, it's an interesting distinction to make. Actually, I do like that. Respectfully, because I value our consistency, but Citizen Vigilante is all the message. But the message from the other aisle, do we not condemn it for that? Personally, left or right, I want zero message. I don't know. It's interesting because maybe there's a novelty factor involved where I'm just not used to seeing movies with messaging from the other side because it just never happens.
No, it's actually a rebellious movie. Whatever Uwe Boll's fucking motivation is, he went out there and made something that Hollywood would not make. The Hollywood that likes to think that they are true artists and there are no bounds to their creativity or what they're going to make, but there's rules, and he broke those rules. It's still the message from the other side, right? But I don't think anybody's calling it a masterpiece or even
it would be different if we said we agree with it, therefore it's good. It's I mean, I've not seen it. I imagine that it's not very good. I also imagine I'm not going to particularly agree with all of it, but those two things are very separate questions anyway. The problem with the Hollywood system is that the message is all their movies are, and all plots are made subservient to what that message is, which breaks them in important ways. It's just curious that a guy who has had the opposite point of view has got a successful movie and it had to have been made outside of the system. That's an interesting fact, but it doesn't say anything about the quality of the thing.
No.
And I think the anarchist in me just kind of loves someone who just gives the middle finger to the Hollywood system and just says, nah, fuck your message. I'm just going to do the exact opposite just to piss you off. And it works. And it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and the clips out there are basically from like MSNBC and CNN. They're the ones who are like screaming, about this movie.
Yeah. As a 65-year-old Homeric reader, not homoerotic, but Homeric, I'm looking forward to 17th July. I hope Nolan gives us the heart and core of the poem, Xenia Hospitality and Nostos Becoming. Off to every quadruple X who breaks Xenia in book 22. What? Platoon, you're slightly more familiar with the Odyssey than we are. Is that a reference that I should understand?
Off every quadruple X who breaks Xenia in book 22. That I need to reread, evidently, because no, the only bit I got from that is Nostos Homecoming, but the rest of it is slightly beyond me, I'm afraid.
Homecoming. He's talking about Spider-Man, I think.
Why are we talking about anything when Spider-Man's coming out? Gary playing mixtape. It belongs in some sort of museum. I feel a calling to start IRL Let's Play Museum. There will be an entire mini theater room dedicated to Gary's playthrough on loop. Was that a defining moment in gaming for you, Gary?
It was. It's the first game I finished on streaming.
That is an achievement.
That is an achievement alone. It is truly awful in every way, and I was truly awful playing it. I only got 6 out of 26 achievements.
That's pretty good. When you did the first thing when you're on the skateboard and you ollied over a car, I think the whole chat fucking lost it. They were like, "The gamer god has returned."
That's right. That was all skill, baby.
This French football team is strong in the force. Yeah, they could win, actually. It's been a weird tournament. Like, absolute... people who are normally dominant, like Germany, are out. And then you've got, like African nations who are normally, like, complete non-entities are, like, progressing through to, like, the group stage... or, the knockout stages. Doesn't make any sense the way it's gone, but, hey, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Drink you majestic marvel of magnificent masculinity. Guilty as charged. Your content reminds me every day I'm not fucking insane. It keeps me from self-deleting. Cheers to MauLer, Gary, Cole, Niet, Platoon, et al. We don't deserve you guys. No, you do deserve us. And that's why we're here to inflict our misery on you.
Cheers.
But yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I'd rather see Eggers do an adaptation of Beowulf than Odyssey.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
He's got a new movie coming out, hasn't he? He's doing Wolfman.
Werewolf. Yeah.
Werewolf.
The
trailer,
quintessential Eggers movie.
It does. It looks like an Eggers movie, and I'm there. Opening day.
It's in 4:3 aspect ratio, so you know it's going to be good.
Yeah, definitely not pretentious or.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it was when Snyder did it, but not when Eggers does it. Okay, it's fine. Howdy Drinker, thank you for the great content you push out. I just released my first novel called Return, and I was curious if you or any of the panel would give it a run. Well, unfortunately, I'm kind of like choked up with Warhammer 40k novels right now. I'm working my way through the entire Horus Heresy, and I'm loving every single goddamn minute of it. So unfortunately, I don't have time to read other novels outside of that.
How many books are in that?
64.
64? How long are they?
I don't know, like 300-400 pages each.
Okay.
But you don't have to read all of them. There's a recommended reading list that Count Dankula sent to me, and it's maybe like 25 or 26 books that are like the good ones and not filler. And yeah, I'm a good ways through that. Plus, I've read the Dark Imperium trilogy, and they're just so fucking good.
Shoot me that list.
I will. I'll send it to you. Warhammer 40k, like the lore behind that is just so insanely awesome. It's like the Lord of the Rings, but in sci-fi. The writing quality is not Tolkien level, but like the overall scope of it is.
Yeah, I listened to a 2-hour lore video, which is pretty much like compressed all the lore of Warhammer 40k for normies. It was like for normies to like know what it's about. So I listened to this video. I'm like, I can't get into this. This will be like crack. This sounds so fucking cool.
You will get lost in it. There's a lore channel I watch called Lutein, Lutein, and like he does like 2-hour long lore videos on like all kinds of topics within 40k, and that's the sort of thing. If I take the dogs for a walk, like I'll just listen to that as I go and just get absorbed in it. It's amazing.
It is something for dudes. Okay, it just
is.
Great.
It really is.
Drinker, is the Eisenhorn series on the list that Dankula gave you?
Oh, I will tell you right now, actually. Let me see. It won't be because it was specific to the Horus Heresy, because I think Eisenhorn is like after that. Let's see.
Dankula's in America right now.
What the hell is he doing there?
Being free.
That's fair, yeah.
Well fed
about
and stuff.
Learning about air conditioners, maybe.
Oh yeah, if he's in Texas, he's learning about central heating, dual central heating upstairs and downstairs. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. Eisenhorn. No, so let's see. Yeah, I'm on Legion at the moment. And then next one is 1,000 Suns, First Heretic, Prospero Burns. And then it ends with The End and the Death. There's 3 volumes to that. And that's when the Emperor faces off against Horus. It's good shit. Anyway, I got lost in that one there, so I need to I need to get back in the conversation. Hold on. Yeah, so there was another article that I mentioned to you guys when we were just getting ready for this. It was, let's see. Yeah, it was an interview with Taylor Sheridan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's see if I can share screen actually, just so you can see it, because it is kind of funny. I love how this man just does not care, and I've got to respect that, because he shouldn't. He's been massively successful, and he's pretty much kept Paramount Plus up and running. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So Taylor Sheridan gets candid about critics and Paramount execs. I'm not trying to win Emmys. So he says here, let's see. No. Yeah. The prolific writer and producer and director of series ranging from Landman and Tulsa King that's been largely snubbed from the Emmy Awards over the years. However, the second season of Landman and the first Madison are strong contenders heading into this year's nominations. Many have questioned why Sheridan's shows have often overlooked or been overlooked. Sheridan's series attract massive viewership and mostly receive strong reviews, but not all. Sheridan took issue with the critical reviews he has received of his series over the years, telling Simmons during the wide-ranging chat that he admits to rage-baiting reviewers, citing Demi Moore's role in season 1 of Landman as an example, when he accused of sidelining the megastar. When I met with Demi about that, I said, here's the thing, you're going to be an extra in this show for 7 episodes and the critics are going to come after me. I'm underutilizing Moore. Can't write for women, all nonsense, he said, discussing his evolving plans for Moore in Landman. Then I'm going to kill your husband, played by John Hamm, and you're going to have to run the oil company. The critics and me, I don't care what they think, and it annoys the shit out of them that I don't care. I'll be the first to tell you that there are things that I do that rage bait them a bit, and this is one of them. I could have given them more episodes so that they could have realized that flip, but I didn't. I just sent them the first 3 because fuck them, honestly. I love that.
Landman, if his name wasn't on it, it would win Emmys. It's his best show by far.
Landman's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty solid. Season 2 was like the daughter did annoy the shit out of me because they made her so retarded it's not even funny. But like he understands his audience. It's ultimately a show for dudes.
Oh yeah,
right. It's all like oil rigs and machinery and guys yelling at each other, guys beating the shit out of each other, guys getting drunk. There's lots of hot women
girls
in
bikini,
it.
Yeah, lots of hot women.
Ali Larter is smoking hot, even though she's like what, 50 or something. Like, damn, that girl is built.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. He knows why she's there. She knows why she's there. Give the audience.
Billy Bob just rules in the entire thing. He's so good in it. And he knows his audience. And like Tulsa King's not going to win any Emmys. Tulsa King can get silly, but it's fun. It's a fun gangster show, fish out of water, and it's Stallone being Stallone. Freaking love every minute of it. So yeah, it's nice that we get that, and he doesn't give a shit. And I love that he uses that as motivation. So, yeah.
The idea, like all pretentious, like Hollywood trade reporters, he's just like, nah, I'm just going to piss you off now. I'm going to do the exact opposite of what you want because I'm so fucking rich and successful. I can do what I want anyway. Love it. It's a power play.
Yeah, and thanks to Gary, because when he was talking about Tulsa King, because it was something I wasn't really into, and then once Gary talked about it and Landman, I loaded them up, and I was like, these shows are fantastic. Something that finally I can watch and get into because there's just slop out there now.
Yeah,
so much.
It is slop, but it's easy viewing. But again, it's like a classic example of know your audience and give them what they want.
It's soap opera for dudes with violence. Yeah,
pretty much. So
it's like the show Dallas with more shooting and yeah.
I mean, there are explosions in EastEnders, So
there is.
Sometimes I see clips.
Really?
There was once like a gigantic like action sequence in Coronation Street where there was like gas explosions and a train crash and stuff, and it was all done on a budget of like £200, and it was just amazing to watch.
It's like miniature,
like somebody's miniature train. Yeah.
But yeah, Taylor Sheridan, like with Paramount Plus, like basically it's the Taylor Sheridan network.
Yes.
Because the range of shows that he produces or executive produces is now insane at this point. Like you had, you've got Landman, you've got Tulsa King, you've got 1923, you've got 18.
Dutton Ranch. Dutton Ranch is out like killing it right now.
Yeah, you got U.S. Marshals or whatever it's called. You've got what was the one with Kevin Costner? Like the one that started it all. Yellowstone, yeah.
Yep.
So all of those things, plus God knows how many other things he's got in the pipeline. Like he understands what people want and he gives it to them. It's simple, but it works. And they hate him for it.
And Paramount let him go. He's gone in a couple of years.
They might bring him back.
They're gonna have
they'll offer
he's already signed a deal with Universal, I think. And he's gonna, I guess, produce more TV, but more movies. But like this guy's like he bought a ranch in Texas and then he rents it to shoot on it. He rents it to Paramount, so they pay for his ranch to shoot on.
Oh my God, that's like Michael Cimino when they did Heaven's Gate.
Yeah,
like, where's all this like land rental fee going to? Oh, it's going to the director of the movie.
Yep,
like it's on his land. Amazing. Like I love the fact that he also wrote himself into Yellowstone as like a fucking badass rodeo cowboy who's like the best in the business.
Yep.
that makes me think like when they like, so who's the guy who bought it off? It's like, oh, he's pretty reasonable. And then they come through the door and it's him. They turn, he's gone. Gary reminds me of remember Clark's farm when he's doing that negotiation with the fields.
Yes.
Charlie keeps jumping over the fence to represent both sides. Oh, I love that shit.
Now that's the best show on TV. Clark's.
Yes.
Go watch
it.
That is. Isn't it literally like getting more viewership than Rings of Power?
In the UK, yes. It crushes it in the UK.
I'm pretty sure it gets more viewership than like a lot of shit. It's like really fucking popular.
Yes, I can't believe I really should get round to reviewing it on one of my channels because it's so fucking good. It deserves it. Not that it's not getting enough attention already, but it deserves more. It deserves all the praise it can get. Because it mixes that great like combination of like humor and like actually informing you about what goes into this business with like some real like hard-hitting drama and humanity and like poignant moments, and it gives you everything. And it's just two guys working a farm. Like one of them has no fucking clue what he's doing, but it doesn't matter. Like it's wildly entertaining because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the last couple of episodes of the latest season, they did warn you that it's tough to watch. And it really is.
And Andy Woolman is one of the best editors in the business. So that's all he does on that show is edit it. And it's one of the best edited, I don't know if I want to call it reality shows ever made.
What sometimes makes it action-packed. It's edited like Top Gear. It's like when you've got a tractor plowing a field, it makes it look like it's a supercar racing around a track.
That's Woolman.
Yeah. It's great. It's well done. But then like every time they hit a setback, like when a cow gets TB or no, it's meant to have TB and it fucking doesn't. And it's got to, it's got to get taken away, or when the calf is like not recovering from like pneumonia and they have to get it put down and he's like got it cradled in his lap when they're sending off to sleep. That gets you, man. Yeah, absolutely. Because you can see what he's going through as well. And you can't help but get bought into it. And if anything, it makes you hate local government more than you already do.
Which is impressive because I already hate it a lot. But now
they find a way.
The way they try to stifle any kind of initiative, they make your life a living hell if you're a farmer just trying to turn a profit and make a living. If anything, many good things have come out of the show, but the one really good thing that should come out of it is like a greater awareness of like the plight of what these farmers go through, and maybe they deserve a bit more help and respect from us, the people who consume their products, because without them we'd literally like starve to death. It's kind of worth remembering that sometimes.
Yeah, and they're paid heavily not to farm in a lot of cases, and this is a show that burnt Keir Starmer in effigy on Guy Fawkes Day. That was fucking awesome.
It worked because he's fucking gone now.
Yeah, it did.
The ritual is complete.
Love it. Love that shit. Yeah, it's good stuff. Allow me to answer some super chats here, because there's a whole bunch of them that have piled up while we've been doing this. So let me see.
Fox. Sorry, I said Fox. I'm American. Okay. I'm just pronouncing it correctly for you. Brits. Drop to use.
Guy Fawkes.
Guy Fawkes. In it.
I love the fact that well, it's weird because like we celebrate the failure of someone who wanted to blow up the Houses of Parliament, whereas I think now at this point we'd probably cheer him on.
Oh God, yeah. No, because I like the building.
I kind of wish he'd succeeded. Like, would have been
the
better.
building's nice. It's just the people in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks really nice actually now that they've finished the renovations of it.
Anyway, they did the government come around like you hate Guy Fawkes, right? You're all celebrating he failed. You're like, yeah.
Sure, yeah. Let's go with that, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's see. The first super chat that we got here is from Blue Collar Loser. I think we know this guy. He's infamous around here. I can almost confirm Niet's favorite film franchise is Resident Evil. At least they know they're stupid. Will I be watching Team America Sats? You're goddamn right. What's that? Team America Sats? Like, you mean like America playing in the World Cup?
Team America, the movie on Saturday for Independence Day?
There you go.
Yeah, sure. That's
for America 250.
I'm spiritually American. I know these things.
America.
Well done.
Fuck yeah. Slack Attack. How does everyone feel about Genndy Tartakovsky making an animated Conan the Barbarian show for Amazon?
Pretty good.
I'm not sure how I feel about it, really. I don't know if I have strong opinions about it, but sure. If you're happy, then I'm happy, Gary. Faber Soul. Drinker, your latest video on PlayStation was a work of art. The congealed noodles line cracked me up. Sony, you used to be so beautiful. Well, that's funny, actually, because that video got taken down as it got like a community guideline strike.
For what?
What?
Because it goes into some dark places at the end, and I had to put up an edited version to replace
noodles?
it. So, nah, like taking a walk out of a window and letting gravity do the rest. If you catch my drift. And yeah, that was caught. And it's like, you understand this is a fictional scenario that I'm weaving here for the audience, right? Doesn't matter.
Which is remarkable considering the amount of videos I've put jokes like that in that are okay.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. But apparently I'm not allowed to do it.
Oh,
So
by the
whatever.
way, I told you, Drinker, but your advice worked, MauLer and Drinker. Thank
Yes.
you. I appreciate it.
Credit to Drinker. He's the one that put me on it.
Yeah.
Keep doing it because they will retract pretty much all of them. So
it was quick too. They did it like within 24 hours.
Yep. I did it once and it was done within like a few hours as you've had. And then I was like, cool, because there's like 70 others that I've got waiting in the wings here.
Yes.
It takes so long, dude.
Time. And yeah, it takes a while, but it's worth it in the long run. So,
sure is.
Yeah. Anyway, Land Far Away says, hey, Gary, what's the lore behind pink kryptonite?
The lore behind pink kryptonite. In what reference? In like the DCU?
I assume so.
Or I'm sorry, DC Comics, or what we were when we were talking about it?
I would say in the comics, probably, because
Okay.
I don't think pink kryptonite's been referenced in the movies so far.
Because we were talking about it like making you gay. So here.
Yeah, it alters a Kryptonian's sexual orientation or physical sex. It's the trans kryptonite.
Yeah. So
surely that should be rainbow kryptonite.
Yeah.
It's been thrown out there as it's been brought up a lot with Jonathan Kent's boyfriend in recent comic books.
Oh God, is that still a thing?
I don't even know. I stopped reading DC Comics a few years ago.
Probably a wise move.
But
Dave's arc. Oh, sorry.
That was our. If you're talking about the conversation from Real BBC, that was the context.
Be honest, Drinker. MauLer is dead. You guys killed him for making you play mixtape, and Gary is here as the replacement.
Ha!
I probably would for making me play mixtape, but like I can't be bothered driving all the way to Wales, so you can count yourself lucky that you survived so far.
I won't even be on this plane.
What is that, like an hour drive for you? God, jeez.
Fuck off. To get to Wales, it's like 7 hours or something.
Oh, 7 whole hours.
Yeah, because your average speed drops to about 12 miles per hour because you've got to dodge
traffic,
a flock of sheep every 2 miles.
Roads.
That's I forgot about your tiny roads. Yeah,
they are tiny. They're single track in most of Wales.
And you have to there'll be signs of hit the horn an hour before so that someone on the other end knows, and they'll stop.
There'll be a passing place every 6 miles or so, and if you happen to miss it, you got to reverse the whole way. So,
oh, really?
that's great.
That's
terrible. Oh yeah, it's great. Land Far Away says, Ben, you're the Douglas Murray of pop culture. High praise, but well deserved. 2, did you grow up with your accent or did you pick it up later?
My accent is natural. Well, I say natural. I wasn't born with it because I didn't speak when I was born.
True.
No, but
None
you
of us
cried.
did, weirdly.
Curious.
We've got all that in
the
common, I
accent.
think.
Yeah.
RRTNZ says, the Odyssey appears to be a bizarre mishmash of outdated social trends and Nolan's worst fetishes. Almost interested to see how it turns out. Chuck Norris doesn't turn on the light. He turns off the dark. That's a good fact, actually. And yeah, I kind of agree with your assessment of that movie. Captain Bucky O'Hare says, just dropped in to say Sonia can get right in the bin. Yo ho ho. Yeah, I'd recommend doing that as well. Brother Voltus, favorite child character from a story not made for children. Mine are 6 and the runaway kid from Little Nightmares. Side note, please play that game. Okay, so favorite child character from a story that's not made for children. Well, it's got to be Newt from
Yeah, I was going to
Aliens.
say Newt immediately.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot, actually, of examples. Just to start cycling through movies.
Next up is Hiking Fingolfin says, is X-Men 97 season 2 as good as season 1?
The first 2 episodes are trash. The 3rd episode is the only one so far that's been written by Beau DeMayo, who was the executive producer from season 1, who got kicked off, and it's good. I think it's on par with season 1, but first 2 episodes, my God, horrible.
Yeah, I only watched the first one. It didn't grab me.
Yeah.
At all.
Did you know you can export a DVD as an ISO file, complete with menus, scene selection, and extras, and run it on your computer with VLC? A great way to share with friends.
Yes.
Wink, wink. Also, hi, Rags.
Yes, you can.
I love
Yes,
VLC Media Player. It's great.
Reliable guy.
Yeah. Panel's thoughts on Sony announcing no more physical discs for PS5. Yeah, my thoughts are, fuck you, Sony.
Yeah. But, I mean, Platoon's right. The reason they're doing it is because most people are not buying physical discs.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people like the idea of it and don't buy it. Like, I like the idea of it, and I try to get a movie, especially a movie. But yeah, well, even with the games I don't play, I try to get discs. I have a lot of discs of games I don't play.
Drinker, you sully the name by not drinking on the last Resident Drunks. Please make it up on the next stream by having 3 shots of absinthe pre-game. Thank you. Fuck you. I did drink on that. It was MauLer who wasn't drinking.
Listen, we had loads of technical complications of just trying to get it to work, and I may have been seconds away from getting all of that stuff set up right when we were hitting stream, okay? Listen, I got a lot going on. I'm trying to juggle everything. Well,
yeah.
Well,
kind of
choose
drink that right for
sober.
the next one. Because yeah, I tried to play it through my PS5, and that was a horrendous mistake. I shouldn't have done that. So the next one I do will be through the PC. I've gotten myself to the same point I was when I did my save file, so it's now compensated for what I did before. So okay,
round 2 coming soon.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's a lot of retardation going on behind the scenes just to make this stuff work. You've got no idea. MauLer makes it so difficult for me, but
yeah,
I tried. Warner Brothers looking at the Supergirl box office dumpster fire. Good Lord, what is happening in there? James Gunn, Aurora Borealis. At this time of year, localized in your movie theater?
Yes. May I see it? No one else is.
Dinklage casted Alien Earth season 2. Going to be so bad. Oh, he fucking
Really?
I hadn't heard that.
Yes. He was cast in Alien.
That fucking show, man.
All we need is Seth Rogen to be in it as well, and it's completed the trifecta of
Seth
shittiness.
Rogen and Patton Oswalt.
Good Lord. Yeah, I can't believe they got season 2. Just got an email from Warner Brothers. First thing it said, Supergirl soars. Long, sure. Yeah. Soars straight into the bargain bin. That Ellen Page video doing the rounds makes me feel sick. She's an abuse victim, and the video is like crime scene photos. It's vile. Is that where she's boxing?
Yeah.
It's like Ellen Page shows off ripped physique as, as amateur boxer now and loves it. And it's like, yeah, but you're still 5'1" and you weigh about 90 pounds. Like, I've crapped out things heavier than that.
It looks super happy.
It does, yeah. It's the trans joy, Gary. You've no idea. Disregard says, I saw The Lighthouse yesterday. Terrible film. Green Goblin never once used his glider or pumpkin bombs. That's true. Didn't even get a Spider-Man fight. All those things are right, actually, about the movie.
I completely agree.
It is weird that they had Batman and Green Goblin at the Lighthouse, and they don't even have like a. I don't know.
There's no
So
Batmobile.
by
I don't think
that
it's the rights for
rationale,
that though.
It's not a perfect movie or a masterpiece. So, yeah, fail, I would say. But I am still fond of Willem Dafoe's Lobster. So, what can I say? To everyone on the panel and everyone in the chat, who is the king of the chuds, Gary or Drinker? There can be only one.
Drinker.
I'll let you guys decide. Am I though?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't want to be a king. That's a lot of responsibility. It sounds
Besides,
exhausting.
you're American. You
No,
don't like
you
monarchy.
don't get to decide though. The rest of the
True
panel has
kings.
to decide.
I think you have to fight on top of a castle. That's how you decide.
Oh,
Okay.
damn it! I thought you guys were going to vote or something. Well, actually, Can I put a vote? Can I put a vote out to everyone? I can do a poll actually, and they
I
can
think
tell us.
having chat elect a monarch kind of defeats the point of a monarchy.
Yeah.
No. But
The chat's saying
first
Grace
one-
Randolph. So I mean,
they're not electing; they're just noting who is truly the king.
Oh, right. Okay.
And we're gonna
Wait,
figure
wait,
out
wait.
who's bishops and knights and rooks as well. Okay.
I'm going to do this because I think it's the only
I'll be the
fair
hand
way to do
of the
it.
king. I'm fine with that.
Right,
Can you
start a
add
poll.
Grace Randolph as a third option, though?
Yes. I
Yeah,
think you
okay.
should.
Right, who's the
I'm
king of the
voting for Grace.
chuds? All right, so Drinker, Gary, and Grace.
See, you're a noted chud. I am.
Clearly,
just
she's gonna
Papa
win.
Incel. So
All right, start. Let's see how it goes.
Grace reversed, like she had that great take with Supergirl, and then she comes out with House of the Dragon and has like the worst take possible.
Ooh, Grace is taking it, by the way. Let's see, 400 votes. Grace is at 61. Me and you, Gary, we're about 23, 21% each. Yeah, I think she might have taken it, by the way.
Hail Grace, King of the Chuds.
See, we
First of her name.
support female empowerment
do.
here on this channel, and if she's now the king of the chuds, then so be it. We'll let it run for a little bit, and then I'll come back to it. Drinker or MauLer, what's the best way to write someone smarter or tactical than you in a novel or film? Well, that's impossible because no one's smarter than me, so I can't do that. I can't conceive of it. MauLer, what's your strategy?
You gotta do research. You gotta find out about shit you don't know nothing about, and you gotta do stuff that's like, I don't know, subtle intelligence stuff, just like letting people they got fun facts about. Because a lot of there's some characters who will know specific information, but it's not because they're smart. It's just because of where they grew up, like, or what experiences they've had. But then there's other stuff where they do it enough times in a row with enough subjects that you're like, fuck, he seems kind of smart. And then just creative solutions, fast reactions, all of it adds up. So yeah, if you need them to be smarter than you are, you got a lot of reading to do, probably.
Julie Bennett gave us £10 for nothing, so thanks, appreciate it. After the terrible SG, I rewatched Obsession, and it's better the second time as I started noticing more details that I didn't notice the first time. Very rare do I do that with a modern movie. Yeah, there's a lot going on in Obsession.
People getting
Indy
obsessed with it.
Navarrete, man, like that must have been the greatest thing that's ever happened to her. She was a fucking unknown before this, and then suddenly she's like everyone's probably go-to actress for
she
pretty much anything.
Guest starred in the CW Superman show.
Yeah, we'll probably see her in a bunch of shit movies in a couple of years.
Yeah.
All in a
Oh,
row.
yeah.
She was unemployed for a year and a half and was doing Call of Duty streams, wasn't she?
Yes, she was. Yeah, imagine being a YouTuber. Christ, that's depressing.
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
Awful.
Streaming video games. Oh my god.
Good Lord.
It's so funny though, because like she looks not so different, but like you can tell she's not had the Hollywood glow up. Like she clearly lost quite a bit of weight and got in shape and stuff for the movie. It's like she looked like a kind of different person. She really matured. Whereas if you look at the YouTube videos, like, yeah, she looks like quite a different person back then. But that's Hollywood, baby. You gotta love it. Yeah, I think now that like 1,500 people have voted on this poll, so I'm at 22%, Gary's at 22%, Grace Randolph takes the crown as the king of the chuds at 56%. So we're gonna
All
have to
hail the
be-
king, and she's got to be king.
Yes.
She does have. She's the Woman King, just like that shitty movie from a few years ago.
Well done, sold her own gender to slavery. Based.
Yeah. Little Platoon, once you're done with your current game work, what are your top 5 games you're a fan of that you would lead right for?
I don't know. That's a really difficult question. It sort of just depends on what my mood is in any given day. I like working with sort of very brilliant but very weird people. So with all due respect to Ken Levine, he's a very brilliant but very weird man. I'd like to meet Hideo Kojima. I think he's a brilliant weird person. There's got to be some others as well. Nothing is coming immediately to the top of my list, but there would be some others.
Getting to spend my 42nd birthday with open bar. Cold beer and some Eagle Rare bourbon will quench my thirst tonight. Cheers, lads. That's a good way to quench it. Well done, man. Thank you. And happy birthday to you. We're halfway there. I guess we are, yeah. It was great to meet you and the cast and director of your movies in Toronto. Sorry. Yeah, I did that one. Apologize. Let's see. Today I learned that Chinese movie Niza 2 made 2.27 billion box office last year. It did, yeah. The 5th highest of all time. I'd never heard of it. Did I just miss the buzz? No, it's just a Chinese movie.
It's a Chinese movie with freaking gassed up numbers. That's what it is. Wow. I looked at a picture of her as a Twitch streamer and yeah, she looks different. That's crazy.
Yep. Still a very pretty girl, but
of course,
you could tell she's had the you could tell she hit the gym when she
hit the gym. She put down the bong, and got to work. That's good.
Yeah. Elliot Page looks like Calamity Jane from Deadwood.
Going back to our previous article, would she be an example of manufactured masculinity?
I mean, in the most literal sense of the word, absolutely, yes. I think it was the most funny thing when she was trying to talk about like what it means to be masculine and like what her perception of it is. And it's like, you are arguably the least qualified person in the world to be talking about what masculinity means to you. Like you have no concept of it.
She just sounded like a girl talking about masculinity, but she is acting full time. So get some practicing.
Are many of you following the Stop Killing Games movement? Their goals and expectations get badly misrepresented by their detractors, but I'm hopeful. So, their case has been taken before the European Parliament, I believe, because they made they garnered enough signatures and stuff that it had to be discussed. I just don't know what the end result of it is going to be at this point. I mean,
if it's at the European Parliament, nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I'm not that familiar with the demand. It's basically you can't ever just remove a game from all existence, right? Like any game studio that wants to remove a game has to provide some means by which it can continue to be played, continued service, continued support. Which does sound really good in principle. I think in practice, though, all you'll see if anyone ever were to make that law, you would just see those kinds of games stop being made because they would know that that's a very significant ongoing cost that they don't want to have to take on. Unfortunately, I like the idea behind it. I just don't really see how it's practical.
I mean, my suggestion with this sort of thing had always been like some kind of like universal third-party server that's like every games company maybe pays a small fee to maintaining, and like everything gets put on there, kind of like Steam essentially.
Oh yeah,
where it's like any game that's made, the files and everything that you need to update it and get it working are always going to be there in perpetuity, and it's like essentially part of your licensing agreement that you have to maintain that, or that you have to at least have put some money towards the cost of maintaining it, because otherwise, like, what else have you got? Like, putting the burden on them personally as developers and saying, like, well, you have to create your own private server that has to maintain this forever. That's not practical. But, like, some collective thing that everyone pays into would be a lot easier to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys see the Doomsday plot leaks? It's completely dreadful.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
is that where they all get killed and they all get put onto like combat planet where they just battle endlessly forever?
So it matches perfectly what we heard earlier, including this stuff. I mean, basically what my guy, who's no longer at Marvel, so I feel much more free to talk about it. So he said they are 100% real, and it's a lot of what he told me already, and it sounds terrible, absolutely awful. I would be shocked if you got something even mediocre out of this story.
The first thought I had when reading it, and I'm talking about getting a third of the way through that set, I was vaguely starting to get lost on tracking the universes, the characters, the conflicts, the different moving around, where people are hiding, what people are doing, how it references older movies. And I just had this thought of like, how the fuck is the average person going to be able to watch this?
Oh, wait till you hear
No
where it's
idea.
going. Oh.
Excuse me. Sorry, pour one for Drinker and the Tartan Army. Well, that didn't work because we got eliminated, so the Tartan Army's heading home now. I think there's going to be a few holdouts that stick around in Boston. They'll just be like, fuck it, I'm going to make a new life here. Wouldn't blame them in the slightest. MauLer, when Drinker runs out of pointless facts, can we trust you to supply us with extra pointy ones? Seems only fair if you ask me. Actually, that's a good idea. I've done this for like close to 200 episodes now. It's about time you took up some of the slack. Give us a segment for when we start our open bar, and I'll
pointy
listen.
Facts.
Well, it could be anything. You can come up with your own thing that we do at the beginning.
You decided to start doing the pointless facts. I was never consulted on such things. I was just going to do normal intro, saying hi to everybody, telling them what we've been up to, and then introducing the guest. But no, we got to talk about what happened in 1991.
Our job isn't just to entertain; it's to educate. Okay, and I've been doing it for 200 odd episodes now. All right,
let's see if it paid off. What happened in 1981?
50 years. What happened in 81?
No, I'm talking Drinker. Give me one of the facts you gave in 81 if you're truly learning from all of this.
No, but it's not my job. It's our audience's job. You should be asking chat what happened in 81.
Raiders of the Lost Ark came out.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Case in point.
Let's see.
I mean, a pointy fact. There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's an opportunity for you to put your stamp on open bar. There's a lot of people saying things. Raiders of Lost Ark, yeah, fuck yeah. Race riots, apparently. There you go. MauLer should have to explain the full history of the Isle of Man. I think that's only fair.
What if it like breaks the universe?
They need to change it to the Isle of Woman. It's sexist.
Yes.
Yeah. The Isle of People. Reagan got shot. There you go.
Yep.
Another fact.
See, he was elected in 81. Didn't the Pope get shot? I thought Reagan was elected in 81. Could be
no,
wrong
he was
there.
elected in 80.
80. He was elected in 80.
Oh.
Over the peanut farmer.
Yeah. Anyway, what's the next one here? I'm getting sidetracked by this nonsense. All right, so yeah, Young Washington from Angel Studios. Does Angel Studios deserve another chance after Animal Farm or never again?
I was asked this.
They didn't make Animal Farm. I think they were just a distributor for it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd take a look, see what they make, but
I'm gonna see it. As far as forgiving them, that's up to you, because it's one thing to buy Animal Farm, a movie that contradicts the message. You could certainly see it that way. It's muddled in a freaking terrible movie, but it's another thing to kind of go after the audience for the backlash it was getting. That was stupid. That was utterly stupid. I don't know why they did it.
Now they've had their taste of being a real Hollywood studio.
Yep.
Fans hating you.
Yeah. So I guess that's up to you. I'm gonna watch Young Washington just because I thought the trailer looked okay. So
I feel like I should watch it, but at the same time, I'm a Brit, so I feel like I'm going to hate every second of it. It's like, I know I want Washington to lose.
You need to learn your lesson, okay?
Some people never leer, Gary. Some people never leer. But yeah, you've got, what is it, 2 days, and it's the 250th anniversary of us getting rid of the American colonies because we just could not be bothered with you guys anymore. So it's great.
Enough babysitting. It's time for you to learn on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we did okay.
With GTA 6 receiving 1 billion in pre-orders in its first hour. Fuck off. Despite no gameplay trailer yet, it's clearly looking at a financial success. But is it going to live up to the hype, or is it going up in the sun? It'll be like GTA 5. Like, it'll get all the awards. It'll be like re-released and remastered and stuff for the next decade. Can it possibly live up to the hype at this point? The hype is absurd.
It's crazy, but it's made $3 billion. $3 billion.
Yeah.
$3 billion in pre-sales. That's fucking insane. Like, what's the I am a gamer god, but I want to know your opinion. What's the best GTA?
5. Definitely.
I just didn't
3
play
is the only
enough
one
of them.
yeah.
San Andreas was my favorite, but I didn't play
San
enough
Andreas,
of all
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, I like
That's the
San
only one I
Andreas.
finished. San Andreas was fun. I finished that.
San Andreas is a lot of fun. I think 5 in terms of like the depth of the world and like the sheer size of it, the characters and stuff. It's probably the best.
No.
So I can see why they've gotten so much mileage out of it. But yeah, that's a tough act to follow.
How long of a wait was it between whatever 4 was and 5?
Not this much.
Like 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 gets kind of forgotten about now. I kind of like 4. That's the one with Nico Bellic, isn't it?
Yeah,
Vice
4 was
City.
good.
Yeah,
Vice
it's
City
fun.
was good.
And how long has it
Yeah.
been since 5 came out?
10 years,
but-
easily.
Yeah, I think either 10 or 13 years. But the reason they've delayed the release, obviously they've been working on it for quite some time, is because GTA 5 still makes like $1 billion every year.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Why
insane.
risk that with a new
Mhm.
with a new game?
And to be fair, they did bring out Red Dead Redemption 2 in the meantime, which was a huge game unto itself.
That was neat.
That was a really good game. I like that
I
one.
like the Red Dead Redemption.
Black
games.
cowboys and stuff.
Yes.
I really hate to keep doing this, but Drinker, does inflation exist?
Uh,
Well, my purchasing power declines by the day, so yeah, it does fucking exist.
but you got to ask the right question. Is Drinker an inflation bro? So do you believe in showing as a metric to trying to comparatively show what movies made in the past to
Yes.
today, adjusting for inflation?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
So you're an inflation bro.
You have to
Oh.
adjust for two things. You have to adjust for inflation and the actual rise in ticket prices
Yep.
as well.
And tickets sold.
Because
You
it's only fair. Otherwise, you're not going to get a sense of like what was the actual popularity of this movie, because that's what you're trying to represent here, how well it was received by the fans.
So you are officially an inflation bro. Good.
I'm an inflation bro, yes.
Yes.
Right. For the love of God, get the real life fake wizard on the bar. We fucking did like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Pay attention.
Like, did you not see it? But
Now
you're
you gotta
like,
go back and watch it.
Like, Trigger, review these 5 films. You're like, I've reviewed all of them.
yeah. Honestly, no one's heard of the search feature, I guess. Logan's Run just turned 50. Congrats on a sci-fi masterpiece.
I feel old.
Jenny Agutter gets them out in that. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. And
In
that
a
was a
nude scene that just comes out of nowhere as well.
great movie to watch as a kid.
Yep. I'll turn boys into
Well, I
men.
saw the edited version on KTLA Channel 5 out of LA.
Boo. Cheers, Molly. Been a long time fan for a big time.
Cheers.
Yeah. So Gunn confirms Supergirl is a key part of what's that?
Man of
Tomorrow.
I was going to say Masters of the Universe for some reason. That's a crossover I want to see. Do you think they'll have to reevaluate it and reduce her part for the film? Can they really be so blinkered? The accountants must now be getting involved.
It's too late. I mean, they're deep into production.
I mean, you know, they could shrink it or whatever in editing, but like, I just don't think he's
Well,
going
look what they did with Brie Larson in
Yeah,
Endgame.
that's true.
So
That film is so overstuffed. She probably was not even going to be in it a huge amount anyway, because nobody's going to be in it a huge amount.
So I rewatched Infinity War, MauLer.
Mm-hmm.
It's still really good, but seeing it, like, I don't know, I guess just knowing how Endgame ends up, it's still got its problem. It's not the best Avengers movie, like not even close. The Avengers is the best Avengers movie, and then Civil War is probably the second best Avengers.
I mean, it is
Still
a lot of
good.
people say it's like it's a tough part one thing, isn't it? Because where everything goes.
Yeah.
1991 had Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Well, I didn't like it that they changed Ghidorah's origin and Roar. It did introduce time travel. Fuck off. No, just I stopped reading at that point. It's like fucking time travel in Godzilla. Yeah, sure, okay.
Back to Doomsday real quick. It's like it heavily features the TVA.
No.
Yes. Yes.
God.
Yeah. Spider-Man Brand New Day might make more money.
Yeah, it probably will actually. Stop talking about garbage movies. Go see Lucky Strike, an excellent movie about real heroes. Tell your fans about that. I can't. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, and no.
Seen the Willy Wonka competition series trailer? Netflix recreated Gene Wilder's voice with AI. It's sickened me. Gonna watch Blazing Saddles to cleanse. That's fucking awful. Yeah, stop doing that, please.
Can't unmake the soup on this one. This is done. Every actress who is currently complaining about AI has all secretly signed off their license for AI and is collecting a big paycheck right now.
Yep. I had to be here since all you Scotch drank us dry here. Well, for that, I don't apologize, because what did you expect? Of course they were going to do that. An eldritch god, a drunk Scotsman, and Papa Incel walk into a bar. Feels like the beginning of a good joke. Hell to the bar. It's been good, yeah.
Hey.
Will there be an episode of Retarded Avengers for Supergirl, or are there not enough people defending it?
That's a good question.
Oh, there are.
Yeah, there's probably enough of that sort of thing, but I can't promise something like that. We'll see. Who knows?
If you were given the money and power to wrest control away from either DC or Marvel, who are you saving and why? Easy choice for me, DC. I think they need it more at this point.
Yeah, Marvel was good for a little while. I'd pick DC too.
Yeah. DC's got the potential, man. It's never realized its potential. It's been in the hands of a series of like wannabe auteurs and just flat out hacks. And man, if it was in the right hands, it could be incredible.
Warner Brothers could have done a DCU in the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
Like they're really stupid.
MauLer should be added to the global terrorist net database for spreading the mixtape bio disaster. Shame on you, MauLer. You deserve Last of Us Season 2.
Oh, you enjoyed watching these people suffer. Don't lie.
Breakfast beer is the most important beer of the day. Well, it does set you up for the day ahead, so that's fair. Hail Drinker, Cole finally made it here. Had lots of fun last weekend with both of you here in Toronto. Made a blood oath with Gary to get him here. No, he agreed to be here.
Yeah, he just asked and I said yes.
It's not too complicated.
You'll
I
be
asked
like,
him to
"Do
be
you
in
wanna do a blood
Toronto,
oath?"
and Gary said no. I screamed, "Please help me!" and he whispered, "No." The 1984 movie was a flop because of a weak script and bad direction, not because of a female lead. Helen Slater, bless her heart, tries so hard. Yeah,
she was great.
She was hot.
Yeah, she was hot.
Beautiful girl, tried her best. I don't know. Didn't that fuck up her career after that? Because it was such a massive
I don't know
flop.
if it was going anywhere anyway. I mean, but yeah, it couldn't have helped.
If you had to make a prediction, where do you think Millie Alcock's career is going after this? I think this is going to kill it.
Bridgerton.
I hope. I mean, she's got the talent. The problem is that she just needs the training to handle media. And I don't think she's suited to action or superhero stuff.
Yeah.
If she can go back to period pieces or human drama or anything like that, TV shows probably even more than movies, I think she'll still have a good career.
Yeah, I think she'll be fine.
She's kind of like an Amelia Clark situation. Where
Yes.
It's like she's got a very particular niche that she sits in, and trying to put her in action just does not work.
Well, Amelia Clark is charming. She's an actual charming person. Like when you hear interviews, and they never like cast her right where she needs to be in some kind of rom-com or comedy or something. She'd do very well there.
Yeah, and the original script for Superman 3 was supposed to have Supergirl in it.
Yep.
Really? Oh.
Superman.
Why did they cut her?
Because the producers were freaking retarded. They screwed up. Like they had a great plan. That's why we got the Donner cut, right? Because they filmed Superman and Superman 2 back to back. Then they scrapped that version, brought in a Beatles director, guy who directed Beatles movies, Richard Lester, and made Superman 2, which the theatrical version I loved as a kid. It's terrible. The Donner cut is significantly better and one of the best superhero movies ever made, despite even having to put B footage in. And I saw the panel for that. That was so great. But then, like, yeah, it went off the rails with the producers. They were idiots.
Yeah, and I think Brainiac and Mixoplex was supposed to be in that as well as in Superman 3, but then it just went sideways.
What genre or project would you like to see Nolan take on next? Personally, I'd love a Sherlock Holmes movie or trilogy. So Christopher Nolan, what could he take on? I think his natural home is like sci-fi thrillers. I
yeah,
feel...
like original sci-fi thrillers that with not unreliable narrator, but with play with time. You know what I mean? Like that's his deal, and I'm sure he's gonna do that with the Odyssey.
I want him to do a remake of the Back to the Future trilogy. I think he would bring a fresh
Talladega Nights. Christopher Nolan's Talladega Nights.
Sure. Hey, panel. Supergirl had no right to the budget that it was given. True, yeah. It should never have been north of like 70 or 80 million. Jonah Hex was a failure, but a modest one because wiser folks knew that it was a risk. Yeah. It should have had the budget that Clayface's had.
Yep.
Well, isn't that like 50 million or something? That would have worked.
Yep.
I think Lara would be attracted to Bond, but she'd be leaving him wanting. Her greatest heist would be stealing a piece of Bond's mind, only to wonder later if she stole something from herself. This was a question that was put to me when I did like the previous catch-up stream. It's like, who would she best play off? Would it be Bond or Indiana Jones? And I thought it'd be really fucking interesting to see her play off Bond. As they're both British, both very sophisticated, both highly intelligent, completely different worlds they come from. I'd love to see how they would work together or against each other. Be quite cool.
Can I throw one question out there regarding the Nolan kid? Could he be useful, I guess, in the 2001 franchise? Because I know they were talking about doing 3001 and other movies.
I don't want to see a remake of 2001 necessarily, or... Well, I've read 3001 and it's not that great compared to the others. And but he could do something with it. It's definitely his natural home, like this grand concept sci-fi.
If he did an expansion on it, I think he'd be the right guy to do it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like, not a remake.
But yeah, 3001's not good. 2010's good. I like that one.
I love 2010. Yeah. He would have been an interesting guy to direct Dune, the Dune trilogy.
Yeah.
Because Villeneuve is an interesting visual director, but holy fuck, like he's more sterile than Nolan is, I think.
And he's doing Bond. You know, it's like I don't think he's the right guy for Bond at all.
No, absolutely not. Unless there's something in him that he's never tapped into, we've never seen before. I don't see how it's going to work. Is there a way you can have your mods forward you super chats that might include guests so the question and prompt doesn't fall on deaf ears on last orders? Oh, right. I think you just have to make it clear in your super chat, like if it's for the guests. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I try to get through as many of the super chats as I can on the night, but inevitably I can only do so many while I'm here, and maybe some of them that are direct for certain guests, you know, I might miss them. Because if I try and do like a piecemeal approach where I just go through and scan out the ones that are for specific guests, I'll end up repeating myself like a dozen times over when I go to like redo it for last orders. So basically, this is my long-winded way of saying there's no perfect way of doing this. I will try and get as many as I can done tonight. I drink here. Love you, mate. Cheers. I love you too. The Flash did Supergirl right. Her reluctance to help due to imprisonment, and when she joined the fight, she couldn't do what Superman did, beat Zod. I like that. I kind of like that version of Supergirl. I wish we got to see a bit more of her.
She was hot.
Yeah, remarkably, she was like the least frustrating, annoying part of that film in a way.
Yep.
Why do we have a Supergirl movie when Sydney Sweeney's Barbarella remake hasn't even started filming? That could be a pleasurable popcorn container. As people have said, like, it's a joke, but at the same time, if you cast Sydney Sweeney as Supergirl and like put her in a revealing outfit and made her a bit more, I don't know, just, you know, flirtatious or whatever, or just a nicer person, that's $1 billion movie right there, guaranteed. Gary, would you recommend Absolute Batman or Batman White Knight? Is there any comics you personally recommend?
So far, I prefer Batman White Knight. That one's fun. Not really taken with Absolute Batman. Not yet, anyway.
DC needs to drop the gun. CSI Miami theme plays. Yeah. Like we did there. Having rewatched it's Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds looks like The Dark Knight compared to Supergirl. It's that bad. I'd rather rewatch that. At least that's got some fun bits to it. 200 million budget, and Anna Nogueira didn't even understand the crappy Tom King comic that the movie is based on, which is why she had Supergirl delete Krem at the end, and Gunn greenlit her awful script. Yep. She must have other talents outside of writing for Gunn to have taken her on like this.
And he said we wouldn't jump into production unless the script was perfect. What a liar.
I love the headline that was making the rounds the other day where it's like James Gunn's wife says like Man of Tomorrow is like the best movie that he's ever produced. Oh yeah, I'm sure you're a reliable source. Thank you. Are you in it by any chance? So an ad promoting Supergirl. It was nothing but platitudes. She's no sidekick. She's empowering. And all I could think is, are we still on this?
Yes.
Yep. We're still doing it. Still doing it. Doesn't work, but we're still doing it.
Yep.
Can't wait for the James Gunn crash and burn. I think that might come sooner than you expect.
And it's probably in the works.
Yeah. If Joss Whedon can crash and burn, then so can James Gunn. And I know he deserves it more. Critical Drinker membership. Thank you, man. We've spent decades to refine our misogyny. Yeah. It takes a long time to get it to this kind of level. It takes a lot of practice and honing, but we did it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Big PD, thank you, man. Appreciate that. These journalists need to be prosecuted for libel and made an example of. I think they just need to be frozen out. Freeze them out so they don't get access to these stars anymore, so they can't ask stupid loaded questions like this and then fuck it up for the studio. Because what do they gain?
Well, they gain clicks and ad revenue, and it's kind of the only thing they have left. The studio gains controversy. Nothing much that's good.
Who in their lifetime has read a Variety interview with a fucking actor and thought, oh, well, I was a bit on the fence about this movie, but you know what? They came across so well, I'm definitely going to watch it.
When I was told the Eternals would save lives, I couldn't wait to get in the car and drive there, watch it.
Well, I mean, you're still here.
But
We're
it
all
only
still
ever
here, so I
goes...
guess it saved lives.
It did.
Yeah.
It's lose-lose at this point because they've got basically no reach amongst people that matter, right? These tabloid, entertainment journalists. But if the interview goes wrong and the star happens to say something mildly controversial or just a little bit off script like Millie Alcock does, that becomes headline news and it fucking kills your movie. That's the reality of it.
They've tried the alternative because you did have a bunch of movies increasingly going to influencers over and above traditional media outlets. The problem is that influencers are probably worse at it even than journalists are, and nobody trusts them. It's like, I think the number of people after, like before Mando and Grogu releases, when you had a whole bunch of clearly paid influencers who had seen it before anybody else had, saying, "Oh, it's the best one since Empire Strikes Back." Like, you're lying. I know you're lying. So this is no better.
What I'm saying, I think we're all in agreement here. They should just come to us and do an interview with us.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like we'd give them a fairer shout than any of these fucking entertainment media journalists would do, because we'd just ask them fair questions about the movie. Like, what is it about? Why do you think it's good? Just all the usual stuff. I think we'd at least be fair. We'd let our audiences make up their minds.
I think Uwe Boll actually did try that for his movie, because I got, and I think a few other people got emails from Uwe Boll's representatives before his movie came out saying, hey, he wants to speak to you. It'll be an interview about the movie and it'll be an interview about everything around the movie too. And saying, well, I'm probably not going to see it and I don't care, so no. But I mean, it hasn't not worked in the sense, obviously it's doing extremely well, though I think Elon Musk is largely responsible for that. But he's outside the system and is using people who might be more sympathetic to him. But I would agree with you. It would be nice just to have them say, no holds barred, have a conversation about the film, not what you want people to take from the film, not the message they have to report from the film, just a conversation about the film. And you will probably get way more latent and natural interest based off of that approach.
I think so. As a woman, I prefer male superheroes over female the majority of the time. I don't blame you, because they're usually written to be less assholey than the female ones at this point, so fair enough. Do you think Supergirl would have produced better box office numbers if it had released during Brat Summer? What's Brat Summer?
That was an album. Why do I know that? It's not Charlie XCX, is it? Some person put out an album which had something. It spawned something called Brat Summer. I know this because someone for a shit movie. What shit movie was that where they were talking about? Was it even Rings of Power season 2? I don't know. I don't really know what it means. I just know that it was a big thing for a while amongst people I don't associate with.
I know it because they were getting Bob Mortimer to say it on Last One Laughing, and he had no idea what the fuck it meant.
When was it?
I think it's just like a young person meme.
Okay.
I think, yeah, fuck that.
I was like, yeah, I remember Kamala as Brat. That's the only thing I remember. I don't know if that
it probably would have done a lot better if it released in the late 2010s. Because I think the market would have been a bit more receptive to this sort of thing. Not now, though.
Yeah.
The culture has changed so much. It's just, it was never going to work. And here we have the miniature misogyny factory that makes miniature misogyny factories. Guilty as charged. Chat, how about Sydney Sweeney as Supergirl? No wokeness, of course. I endorse this. The movie Sucker Punch is a great, baseline. For what?
For what? Misery? Yeah.
I mean, it's got a nice piss shit filter over everything, so that's nice. Yeah, I did like the World War I trench fighting segment. That was fun. The rest of the movie is absolute dog shit.
I hate that movie.
Boo that.
Boo.
Wait, which movie?
Sucker
Punch.
Oh yeah, no, definitely boo that movie. I was thinking of something else.
Yeah.
For the record, I didn't like Patty Jenkins' Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman movie. I don't like Gal Gadot as an actress. Their depiction of Wonder Woman stunk, and I don't like either of them as people.
This is what I was thinking about.
Uh-huh.
Do you know them?
No, I mean, I don't like Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman as well. That's the movie everyone always says is like the really good one. I think that movie's shit as well.
I mean, really good is a stretch, but like I think it's inoffensive, and I think it's probably the best suited role to Gal Gadot because I feel like she's just playing herself, personality-wise, and it doesn't ask more than she can deliver.
Best part of that movie is Chris Pine.
Really?
What else would you suggest is better?
Who's the guy who plays Ludendorff?
Oh, I mean, he's pretty funny.
Yeah, I love him because he just absolutely hams it up. He just does not give a fuck. I can't remember the actor's name, actually. Chat probably knows.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I forgot his name.
Danny Houston. Yeah. He's great in that. Yeah, I think it was pretty inoffensive, and it was probably the best you could hope for at the time. But yeah, I don't look back on it and hate it. I definitely hate Wonder Woman 1984 because the moral compass of that movie is fucking destroyed. And yeah, I'll do a couple more and then finish up. MauLer, what's your idea for a video game mechanics?
Feels like a strange question.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't.
That's kind of like saying, like, what's your idea for a day?
What was that? Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, this is like such a bizarre, like, vague question. Like, what kind of mechanics? Like,
I could like lock it down to a genre or something. I don't know.
It kind of work.
It would be cool to just speculate for a while until you can kind of try to come up with something that feels new or innovative or another way to express like something that's more common. You know, I play like a whole bunch of indie games with the interest of trying to find something a little bit more wacky. Something that bothered me about the 007 games, everyone said the bluffing system is like this really awesome, potentially revolutionary stealth element. And it's just you press one button to delay people finding you, and that's all it is. So it would be cool to make something actually interesting on that front.
I kind of like the hacking / combat system in Pragmata. Like, it's relatively simplistic, but like the having to balance like dodging enemy attacks while hacking them so that you can expose them to your own physical attacks is kind of good. It puts you under pressure at times. It forces you to have good reactions and think strategically. So that's a nice little system that doesn't overwhelm you with too much work, but it's okay.
Sure,
I like that. Yeah, I have the She-Hulk comics. Love her. The show sucks. Agreed. Imagine the type of Sarah Connor we'd get now. Well, you don't have to imagine it. We saw it in Terminator Dark Fate.
Yep.
That's your vision of Sarah Connor right now. Who grapes who? Ray Pittler or Brendan Gleeson?
Brendan Gleeson rapes Ray Pittler.
Yep.
That's fair.
It's not even close.
With the success of the full cast Harry Potter audiobooks, do you think other book franchises will do the same thing, like Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, WOT? What's that?
Wheel of Time.
Wheel of Time, yeah, or the Ryan Drake books. No, they're terrible. Don't read those books; they're awful. But yeah, with the others, I don't know. Like, if you're gonna do Lord of the Rings, you gotta hurry with some of those cast. Ian McKellen, get that man while he's still able to talk. You've already lost Christopher Lee, obviously. But yeah, I'd like to see it. It'd be kind of cool. You have to go old school. A Walk in the Sun kind of old school. Sure. Okay.
All right, yeah.
To add a good written female role, Stargate Universe, Amanda Perry. And if you don't know her, shame on you. I never watched Stargate Universe, I'm afraid. I watched Atlantis and I watched SG-1, but Universe never quite got me. Remember when they almost made an all-female Lord of the Flies movie? That movie would have been over in 5 minutes. I mean, did they ever go ahead with that? Was it planned?
They didn't directly, but isn't there sort of like a female adjacent Lord of the Flies TV show called? It's about like a sports team, females that get stranded on an island.
The idea of a group of women having to learn to work together for a common goal is just hilarious. Like, if they were to depict it with any kind of accuracy, like the whole thing would fall apart in about, as they say, about 5 minutes.
The Yellow Jackets, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't there that really famous Bear Grylls survival episode where they put like men on one island and women on the other, and like within a day, the men have like built shelters, got a fire going, and like caught fish and everything, and the women are still arguing about like which direction to go to collect firewood. Like they have to actually rescue them at one point because they run out of water and get lost in the forest. It's hilarious. Hey MauLer, I just hit 44. How old will I be when the comedy arc releases?
Numbers don't go that high, but also maybe next year.
Wow. James Gunn, first post since Superflop is Metamorpho. Oh, is that what he's done?
What? Like he
did he talk about it?
Since Supergirl's come out, he posted about Metamorpho. Is that what they're saying? Or
he
did. He did.
Production photo of Metamorpho. That's it.
All right. The best part of Supergirl is when she goes, "I am the Supergirl," and then proceeds to be the Supergirl all over the place. Yeah, it was Supergirl in time, and she did it. If you have games on Steam, you contribute digitally. That is true. That is very true. Yeah, Disney has already stopped doing physical media. I was enjoying Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and bought the first 2 seasons, and then they moved it to streaming. Boo to that. PlayStation 2 for the win. Fuck yeah. Steam can remove your games if you get banned. Oh, interesting. And yeah, I'll finish up with this one. Even with the physical copy, there's no safety. People who received their copies of Crimson Desert early were unable to play it before the release date because of the console's software and licensing agreement. Yeah, but then afterwards were they okay, presumably. Either way, yeah, it is a bit shit when you got the physical disc and you still can't use it. Because if they can put that kind of lockdown on it before it releases, they could probably do it afterwards as well without too much difficulty. So, yeah. Digital media, always online connectivity, fucking sucks. Stop killing games. Anyway, I'm going to finish up there. So, my panel, my guests, it's been awesome to have you guys on. I appreciate you giving up your time for this one, even though we had to talk about Supergirl. But I think that's probably the end of it now. It's over.
All right.
Yeah, we got through it. We helped everyone through it. And everyone in chat who's super chatted us, who's kept the chat going, we appreciate you guys as well. You are awesome, and you're the ones who keep the lights on here at Open Bar. And, well, we will, as we always do, catch up on any super chats we've missed in last orders. But for us, tonight, that is all we've got for today. So go away now.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.
All right.